Venturepark Labs, a place to create, learn, and experiment, where potential ideas, products, brands are put under the microscope, analyzed and dissected, reassembled and perfected with one question in mind: how can it be better? How can it make our lives better, make our world better? Venturepark Labs is a place to keep pushing the potential of products and the people behind them. At Venturepark Labs, products are made in our incubator kitchen, scaled in our national 5-month accelerator program, nurtured by a dragon, supported by one of Canada's largest retail partners, and then go on to claim shelves, kick ass, and raise capital alongside 100 companies and entrepreneurs. How is Venturepark Labs able to make such an impact? It's part of something bigger. Venturepark, a business growth ecosystem. Capital, creative, media platform, strategy, mentorship, all working together. Building business, scaling business, reinventing business. A park to change the businesses that change the future. Got an idea, an ingredient, a product, a vision? We're here to push its potential.
Hi, Canada. How are you this afternoon? Welcome to Demo Day. I will be your host for this afternoon. My name is Beirness. For those of you who don't know me, I work on TSN with the Raptors and Sports Center, and they've just canceled sports for tonight. So I'm able to be here with you guys today and to do Demo Day. So today we're coming together from across the country to support the innovative and aspiring entrepreneurs in Cohort 11 of the Venturepark Labs Accelerator Program. And over the past 5 months, these entrepreneurs have done the work to prepare their businesses for the next level of growth. They are ready to push their potential by presenting to the investors, the retailers, the industry influencers, and of course, all of our viewers at home today. So we are here to help them go to the next step. But before we hear from our first presenting entrepreneur, I want to bring in the entrepreneur that started all of this. It is the founder of Venturepark Ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen, Arlene Dickinson. Good afternoon, Arlene. You also have to unmute. There you go.
There you go.
I mean, how many Zoom events? Hey, how many Zoom events have we done to this point where it's just like you kind of learn as you go? You'd think 2 years in, we'd figure this out, but we don't.
No, we don't. But that's actually what makes it all very real. And you know what? We're actually making the entrepreneurs less nervous because, hey, they're going to see that we actually make a lot of mistakes. So it's all good. Thanks so much.
This is what we do as a living. We're screwing it up.
Exactly. We can screw it up. Anybody can. Kate, thanks so much for being here. And you know what? Entrepreneurialism is its own sport, just so you know. We have players on the field. We have touchdowns and goals. We have all sorts of the same kind of things that, you know, teams that get together. So I think you just need to be a commentator and on the entrepreneurial business side and come over to the fun side of sports.
I'm waiting for the invite, my friend, to be quite honest with you. So I'm seeing a lot of new things, even since the last time we did Demo Day together. We got a new name, new logo. Clearly there have been some changes. Can you tell us about those?
I can. Well, I just want to start, if I can, with a couple of things. I mean, Venturepark has really evolved since our last cohort. So we're at cohort 11. We've put through 90 companies through the accelerator system. And I do want to take a moment to thank Kalyan and Mike, who have put together all of this Demo Day and have done so much incredible hard work to make sure that everything works well, except for the people who are speaking like you and me, Kate, who don't know how to handle a mute button. But other than that, everything's working really, really well. And so I want to thank them. And I also want to take a moment to thank all the entrepreneurs who are going to pitch today and talk about their businesses and share with hundreds of people from across the country. I think we're 400 or 500 people that are on this call, and we are really appreciative of all of the support that we get from across the country, of people who come and listen and support these entrepreneurs and help them push their potential. So the ecosystem that we built is all about helping entrepreneurs succeed. It is Venturepark Labs, which is the accelerator in the commercial kitchen that we have. It's 2 marketing companies to help market the companies that we invest in. It's a fund, District Ventures Capital, and it's a media company called Venturepark Voice. And all of these companies have one goal in life, and that is to help companies in the consumer goods, food, beverage, health, wellness, and personal care space succeed. So as I said, we've had a lot of really great success with the businesses that have come through our programming. Last year, they did over $160 million in annual revenues, these companies. They employ thousands of Canadians, and their products are available in over 30,000 stores in Canada and internationally, which is just phenomenal. These are all companies that came from nowhere. And have just built their business and built their passion through the accelerator program and through all the support of the ecosystem. We wouldn't be anywhere though. I'm going to take a minute to just thank our sponsors. We've got Sobey's, BMO Canada, Air Canada, Tories, BDC, and Chartwells as our key sponsors. And we also have government partners with NRC, IRAP, and Prairies Economic Development of Canada. So without all of these sponsorships, we wouldn't be able to have the program we have and be able to offer the type of support we do to businesses that are in these specific consumer goods segments, where we actually take those raw ingredients that we are so good at growing in Canada and help them turn them into a commercialized product that we can sell around the world. And that is such a purpose-driven mission. I also want to take a moment to thank Jess Arcand, who is our community coordinator. She's just been a rock star getting all of the information out there and making sure everybody knows what's happening. Damien, who he continues to do an incredible job making this live format happen. And you know what, is one of the best in class, even as we were panicked because we couldn't hear you. Damien was quickly, just quietly kind of sending us notes saying, unmute your button. He was nice enough not to say dummy. Gary Hughes, who is a buyer for Sobey's, is another rock star. Gary has given tirelessly of his time and energy to the ecosystem that we have built. He spends a considerable amount of time with our entrepreneurs, and we're really grateful for what he does. And then I guess, you know, the last thing I want to do is for everybody who's on this call to say to you, we would love you to help push the potential of these 10 companies that we're featuring today. These are Canadian entrepreneurs who are really making a significant difference in Canada, who are doing everything they can to not just build businesses, but employ people, create economic value, work in their communities, create societal value, because many of them are B Corps, many of them care deeply about ensuring that they're giving back. So if you want to learn more about each of these companies, go to ventureparklabs.ca/cohort11, and you can follow each of these companies and understand what they're doing, but you're going to hear more about them here shortly. So I think this is, that's a little bit of an intro, and thank you so much for letting me probably talk. I think I was supposed to have 60 seconds. I always talk longer than I'm supposed to. So Mike's going, okay, Arlene, cut. So
okay, so you get in the cut, but before you do, Arlene, because I'm going to take up 30 more, you're a hard woman to get a hold of, and I want to be part of Cohort 12. I invented this brand new product called Katie's Good Fats. I completely designed and marketed the entire thing by myself. I've got a ketogenic diet, so I'm just saying, I hope I don't get sued on this phone call this time, but I'm saying I want to be part of Cohort 12.
One of the things that we can do in Cohort 12 is talk to you about trademarks and, you know, yes, and things like protecting your IP and making sure that you're not going to get, you know, I don't know, like I think Susie, who started Good Fats, she might not like Kate's Good Fats. I'm just going to say. She is.
Yeah. I know what PI is, not IP, so we'll talk about that later. All right, thank you very much, Arlene. Now, in the past, Demo Day took place in our Calgary headquarters with some entrepreneurs and industry leaders having to travel across Canada to attend. Now, last Demo Day, Venturepark Labs was able to open this event up to the public for the very first time, and it was a monster success. Now, due to the evolving nature of the pandemic, which we all just really love at this point in time, we have decided to keep it virtual, but it comes with many advantages. So here to tell us more is the Vice President of Venturepark Labs. It is Mike McNeil. Hello, Mike. Welcome to our programming today. And can you tell us a little bit more about these changes that Demo Day has experienced and what our viewers can look forward to this afternoon?
I will. Thanks, Kate. Well, everything we do at Venturepark Labs is about pushing potential, and Demo Day is no different. Last time we opened it up to the public, it was a huge success. It was so fantastic to see the Canadian public supporting Canadian entrepreneurship at that level. But of course, anything worth doing is worth overdoing, and we want to make sure that we reach as many entrepreneurs as we can. And so we're streaming live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. And if you're watching, I encourage you to share this. We want to make sure we get as many eyes as possible on these amazing entrepreneurs. We've also sent out these really amazing product boxes that feature all of the entrepreneurs that are featured here today to people in the industry that we think we can help. And if you received one, we want to make sure that you are open and really willing to push the potential of these entrepreneurs by providing a connection, opening up your network to them, and maybe follow Sobey's lead and actually list a lot of these products because they're fantastic and everybody wins when we support Canadian entrepreneurs. Finally, to the folks at home, you play an important role as well, and perhaps the most important role. We encourage you to try these products. And if you tell us on our chats on the stream today what pushing potential means to you, you'll be entered into a draw to win these product boxes so that you can experience these products for yourself. So that does it for me. I want to make sure that we get started here today. And I think we're ready. Kate, I know you're ready. Arlene's ready. So let's start things off with hearing from two different food brands who have developed unique and equally delicious must-have products. And here to prove me right, please welcome our first presenter today, Sarah Davies, the founder of More Granola.
Hi. My name is Sarah, and I'm the founder of More Granola. I've been a granola fan since I was a little kid, back when I was an incredibly picky eater and used to struggle to find foods that I actually like to eat. But I always loved granola chunks. I used to stand in my kitchen with a box of granola, shaking it, waiting for a cluster to appear that I could pick out and munch on. Because to me, nothing was better than those satisfying, crunchy pieces. But they were always so rare in the box, and I could never understand why. Over the years, I kept my eye out for my dream granola, a chunky, crunchy, and delicious snack that wasn't filled with sugar or unrecognizable ingredients. But it never came. Chewy granola bars and balls just didn't do the trick, and most granola cereal is too messy to eat without a spoon. Finally, I decided to create the product I've been missing, with a treat that is quite literally More Granola. More Granola is a line of snackable granola chunks in dessert-inspired flavors. All natural, plant-based, and gluten-free. Our giant chunks are designed for your dippable, scoopable, stackable fun, morning, noon, and night. When you have more, the possibilities are truly endless, and we hope to bring a sense of play back into healthy eating. All of our More Granola flavors are made with natural ingredients, but inspired by classic treats like pecan pie and hot cocoa. These are ingredients that are nutritious and you would likely find in your own pantry. We're a cross between granola cereal and bars and an innovation in the healthy snacking category and a standout on shelves. I started More Granola in August 2020 with brown paper bags, stickers, and the goal of confirming if there was demand in this already crowded market segment. And what I quickly heard is our customers wanted more. They told us this was the only granola they would consider eating all on its own, and orders of 10, 20 bags started coming into our online shop from all across Canada. Our customers eat more granola throughout the day, from their daily breakfast to snacks, all the way to dessert. For our retail partners, this means more turns on shelf. And with a premium price product, that's more profit per unit of your shelf space. Now, up to this point, I've been a one-woman show, doing everything from baking, packing, and fulfilling orders to sales, marketing, and, well, you name it. I've been working on this business full-time since the beginning of this year, and I'm proud to say that we're now in over 40 retail locations across Southern Ontario. But More Granola has reached its turning point. I have just scheduled our first production run with our new co-packer and have signed on with 2 new distributors in Ontario and BC. With the right partnerships, now is when this business will scale. We've got so many exciting things planned for the next 2 years as we work to become a national brand, including new flavor launches, a TikTok marketing campaign, and branded sample packs to drive trials. We're launching in the Sobey's local program later this month, and I couldn't be more excited. Together with our community of distributors and retail partners, we're going to continue to bring more granola to more of Canada. If you'd like to join me on this journey, I would love to connect with you and hope to see you all back for more soon. Thank you so much for listening.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, More Granola. Sarah, this is fantastic, by the way. This is absolutely, I don't know if I'm supposed to be eating during the presentation. My goodness, it is great. Love the ingredients. But honestly, Sarah, I'm not a panelist, so I'm not allowed to comment that much on it. But let's bring in our panel right now. Some of our panelists for this evening. Joining Arlene, we have Serene Martin, the executive in residence for Cohort 11, Mike Fata, a mentor, investor, founder of Manitoba Harvest Hemp Foods, Gary Hughes, a local development manager and buyer for Sobey's, Dan Strasser, vice president and executive creative director at Venture Play. Let me take a bite. As well as District Ventures Plus. So basically, the creative genius at Venturepark. I don't know who wrote that in the script, but they're going to pay me later. And Serene, thank you so much for all the work you do with Canadian entrepreneurs. And thank you for joining us. And what do you personally like about More Granola?
My pleasure. Thanks, Kate. Sarah has basically reinvented a classic, but without all the yucky ingredients. And I'll tell you something, my family sees a lot of products, and this one was finished within minutes of it entering the door. So, 6 grams of sugar per serving is phenomenal. So just love it. Arlene? You're on mute. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I just didn't get to the button fast enough. So yeah, listen, I just think that, Sarah, first of all, that was a great pitch. Well done. You covered all of the aspects of where your distribution is, what's your point of difference, why we should want to try it. And I have tried it, and it's a phenomenal product. A question for you: when you think about how you're going to differentiate, just based on the size of the clusters, is it your flavor profile that's unique, or is it the clusters that's making it unique?
Thank you so much, Arlene. The main differentiator is the size of the clusters. The main point that I'm trying to achieve with the flavors, all being inspired by classic treats, is to inspire that feeling of indulgence in consumers. Even though, as Serene mentioned, it's a low sugar product, which is great, and it's made with all healthy natural ingredients, I really want people to savor it when they're eating it, and to kind of change the relationship with healthy food by doing that. So have people savor natural flavors the same way they would their favorite dessert.
Well, there's no one better to talk about healthy than Mike Fada, right?
There you go. Mike?
Yeah, congrats, Sarah, on where you've got to so far as a one-woman show. I think it's impressive. I really like the product. I like that it's a lower glycemic sweetener. I like the low sugar. It tastes great. I just, a couple maybe points of feedback, and then around, I think the front of the package, you got to say how delicious it is. This product is really, really tasty compared to the other mainstream grocery granolas that are out there, and I think you need to screen that out. And the comment around more and the trademark protection around your brand, I think, is another area that you want to focus on. And I would say, I like the extra chunky, and just be cautious that that's a quality point that you're really going to have to button up on, especially as you're going to a co-packer, because if not, and it gets down to a smaller size, it's going to be a normal granola. And I think that's a nice benefit to have when it's just a great tasting product, low glycemic sweetener, clean ingredient deck, and you should be really proud of that point of it. So congrats.
Thank you so much, Mike. I hear you on all those points and really appreciate the feedback.
Gary? Hey, Gary.
Hello. Great job, Sarah, presenting. You have a fantastic product. I agree with the points that have been made already. I've been lucky enough to try 2 flavors and finished 2 bags. So well done. Very tasty. You did mention seasonal flavors. Or different flavors. Like, are you looking at doing seasonal options, or what's the status there?
Yeah, thanks so much, Gary. I did hint at some new flavor launches, which I'm really excited about, that are coming up. We've done some seasonal flavors in the past, and people who were a fan of some of our seasonal flavors might see some of those pop back up, which is very exciting. I'm hoping to do seasonal flavors moving forward with limited drops of different flavors, and maybe do those in partnerships with some causes and charities. So have a limited edition flavor that might be in support of a specific charity, and really, really spread the support.
Do I hear pumpkin spice lattes? Like this pumpkin spice coming in, there's pumpkin spice, everything else. Why not granola, right?
Maybe one day.
Yeah. Dan?
Hey there. First off, thanks everyone for having me. And yeah, Sarah, I just want to start off with just saying I love the product. I've eaten a ton of granola in my life. I love it when my kids dig into it. I enjoyed the product experience, kind of going through it, holding the packaging. Like I'm all about the packaging. So I'm just going to focus on that bit. I liked the way it felt. It speaks to kind of, a premium brand, like that there's some quality cues there. I liked the flavor profile on the label. I think that was intriguing. It wasn't, just your typical one. So that kind of had me wanting to try it out. And generally, I really liked the package design from an overall perspective. I think it's a clean aesthetic. It's not too cluttered. It leaves room for your eyes to go kind of where you want them to go. But I was left asking myself, would I have grabbed this off the shelf when it's in and amongst all the other granolas and a lot of, kind of good for you product packaging? I was like, could there be something that is a little bit louder? And the one thing I kind of, was thinking about was what Arlene touched on. If the chunkiness is a key differentiator, have you thought about making a bigger deal about that? Maybe there's a window into the packaging, or in your presentation, you mentioned, it's part cereal, part bar. And I love the big chunks. When I read about it on your website, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I love about granola, is the bigger chunks. And my family and I do use it as snacks as well, not just cereal. So I'll get back to my question, which I know that's what I'm supposed to get to. Is just, have you thought about how else you could make a bigger deal about that key differentiator of the chunkiness, both on the packaging and perhaps through your entire kind of brand story, like your website and social, etc.?
Yeah, thanks so much, Dan. You hit the nail on the head. That's an ongoing journey for me, is to try and call out that differentiator. My next round of packaging actually has snackable granola chunks right on the front. So it's going to call it out quite a bit more. The branding, I think, does help it stand out on shelves, because there really isn't any granola or granola snack product that has this type of branding. So I've got a bunch of photos of shelves with this on it amongst the rest, and it really does pop, which is great. But continuously working to call out that differentiator. One other thing that we're doing on the next round of packaging, I know it's not on the front, but on the back, we're going to have a QR code that says take a peek inside, and it just takes you through that brand story a little bit, with showing you what's in the bag, the big chunks, and taking you through that story of wanting to snack on granola chunks.
Great.
Perfect. Back to you, Kate.
All right. Thank you very much, Serene. Well, we may have found the perfect breakfast topping with more granola, but I say we don't stop there. Let's learn more about how we can dress up some of our favorite foods with our next product. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Anna Jane of Secret Foods. Hi, Anna. Thank you so much for joining us today. And let's once again hear from Serene.
I think we're going to hear from Anna first, right?
Let's hear from Anna first, and then Serene.
Thanks, Kate. Hi, Arlene and Venturepark Universe. My name is Anna, and my company is Secret Foods, based in Calgary. At Secret Foods, we want to be more than just a secret. We want to share our premium, pure, and plant-based recipes with you and shake up the sauce category for the better. My story begins with my parents, who came to Canada to pursue their own food entrepreneurial passions. Growing up in Canada, I distanced myself from my Lebanese culture, and I never wanted to be involved with my family's food businesses. But just before COVID hit, I was lucky enough to visit my family in Lebanon and Brazil, where I saw some of the country's best ingredients, and I discovered my own obsession for my culture. I had an idea, and I felt a deep sense of passion and purpose to pursue it. I grew up eating this traditional Lebanese tahini sauce. We put it on everything, and I made it all the time. When I came back from my trip, I realized that there wasn't this special sauce on grocery store shelves that was even remotely similar. So I set out to make the best one I could. I created Secret Foods to fill the need in the market. Tahini paste, as we commonly know, is simply ground sesame seeds made into a silky smooth butter. Some would say it's a little tough to consume alone. So I took the traditional Lebanese recipe, which is tahini mixed with water, lemon, salt, and garlic, and I made a sauce, dressing, condiment in two unique flavors, a light and fresh lemon herb and a bold and savory smoked paprika. Our goal is to focus on the highest quality, clean label, plant-based, and purposeful ingredients in our tahini sauces, which are very versatile, on trend, and that can be used on any of your favorite foods. Secret Foods is unique because it's creamy, but it's not drenched in heavy oils. There's no eggs, no dairy, no sugar, and it's only 35 calories per serving. It has the consistency of a dip and a dressing, and to dive even deeper into versatility, people have been using my sauces on a variety of foods. On pizza, roasted vegetables, meat, fish, or any plant-based alternatives, and commonly used in a salad or a power bowl. We launched in March 2021, getting listed at all 23 Co-op Best Fresh stores, the 3 Linas markets, and the Italian Center, all in Calgary. At the end of March, both SKUs were listed in 20 Sobey Safeway stores in their local program. And in just 6 months, we're now at 85 Sobey Safeways and over 120 stores across Alberta. We hired local brokers to help manage our increasing points of distribution as we've now expanded into rural towns and continue to bring on new locations. Our versatility expands into merchandising as well. You can find Secret Foods in the natural aisle, but it can also be found in the deli section, in the fridge with the salad dressings, and can even be found in the meat or produce department. Over the next few months, our focus will be to continue to grow the Alberta market, expand distribution into BC, and work on an exciting new flavor. Within the next year or two, we are going to expand distribution across Canada and eventually across all of North America. We just started and we're excited to continue to grow. There's absolutely nothing in the market like this. I look forward to you all trying Secret Foods tahini sauce, and head over to secretfoods.ca to find a store near you.
All right, thank you very much, Anna. Fabulous product once again. I'm very jealous of that salad that you were pouring the dressing on, so now I feel like I have some dinner inspiration. Let's now hear more from Serene, and we can tell that Anna has been giving it her all in this accelerator program. What are your thoughts on Secret Foods, Serene?
So, little secret, Anna and I have similar cultural backgrounds, and look, with the relevance of the health benefits of the Mediterranean diet, I think it's timely and it's honoring her heritage. So it's a great story and healthful and delicious. I've tried them both. So Arlene, love to hear from you.
Oh yeah, listen, Anna, I love your product. When I first tried it, I thought, first of all, I love tahini. It's just such a great flavor profile. And I started thinking I've often made dressing using my own tahini, but it's messy. It's not as easy to do at home. And I love the fact that it's all plant-based. I mean, you're so on trend. So many things, I think your packaging could use a little more work. There's some call outs again that I think are missing a little bit on this, but I do like the fact that you've got something that is very specific, and there's something to be said for that focus. You're not trying to boil the ocean with a whole bunch of SKUs. You're slowly adding SKUs as you get distribution, which I think is really smart. I think the question I have for you is, why the name Secret Foods?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's funny because I was originally going to call it Sal's Food after my dad's name. And last year when I was building kind of the brand and developing the products, I just couldn't visualize what the brand would look like with Sal's Food. And Secret Foods to me is an homage to my heritage and both my parents, and it's a reflection of me. And with that, also the secret behind the recipe is the tahini and the sesame seeds and where they come from, how versatile they are. And I think a big part about why I love tahini and sesame seeds too, it comes from this beautiful flowering plant. And not a lot of people know that. So I kind of put that on the front page where the flowers are to show what tahini is and the secret of the beautiful plant-based ingredient that we use.
That's a great brand story. I think you just need to make sure that gets told so people start to understand the name as it relates to the product itself. But I love that notion of, hey, did you even know these things? Did you understand what it is you're consuming? So that it's great. I think well done. A great pitch, by the way, really great pitch. So
thank you.
Thanks, Arlene. Mike?
Yeah, well done, Anna. I like it, and I like that you're profiling as a finishing sauce with the drizzle, dip, and dress. I think it's. I've tried it on veggies, but I also tried it on some quinoa, and I think it goes well. And I think the category is growing. I like one of my questions, but you answered it. I like to hear that you're also trying to merchandise in the fridge, even though it doesn't need to be refrigerated, because I think more of the shoppers are going there for their fresh dressings and sauces. And I would have similar comment maybe on the branding. I like the story about Secret Foods. I think it just needs to maybe a little bit better logo representation on the product, and then a way to share that part of the story. I did try to go to your website and your Instagram. I don't know if it was connected right, but I think that would be obviously a place where you can get a little deeper if it's not on package. But yeah, I'll go out to try to hunt for the other flavor, because I did like the smoked paprika. So congrats.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike.
Gary?
Fantastic job, Anna. Great pitch. I've heard it from you a couple of times as you pitched it to me a few months back as we brought it into our Alberta stores, and congratulations on the growth you've seen in a very short time. And a tough time to grow during the pandemic when you can't be out in stores sampling and educating customers like we would really like you to be able to do. How do you plan to educate customers and get them to try something like this product that doesn't really exist or have maybe a direct competition on the shelf? And where do you see it best sold in the store? You mentioned multiple places, but where do you see it best?
Yeah, great question. So right now, in terms of educating, I've just been focusing on social media, showing a variety of recipes, the benefits behind it. And we've also been working with some local influencers who have made some of their own recipes and shared it with us. That's been really great. Like you said, I'm not able to demo, haven't been able to, but I am working on getting some sample size product so I can hand them out to the staff in the stores. Our brokers have been doing a great job at showing the staff how we can use the product, and that's helped merchandise it within the stores in different areas. As to your question, it does best in the natural section with the other condiments and dressings, but it does do well in other sections as well, but it does best if we have our POS display in, say, the produce department or the meat department, because it shows quickly what the brand is, how you can use it, and then we usually have like a list of things you can buy it with. So that's where it does best. And if I get both section natural, my POS display, or in a cross merchandise in another area, we're doing really great.
Dan?
All right, unmute. And yeah, so thanks for taking us through that. I love the name Secret Foods. I know a lot of the other panelists have already commented on that. Overall, I quite like the packaging. I think there's, it's a really interesting use of typography, and there's still a good amount of white space. And I think I got the information that I needed really quickly. Quick side note, the smoked paprika, which is the one I had, tastes exactly like what you think it would taste like. Like I thought the flavor profile was so spot on. It was, sometimes I think that's surprising with products. So kudos there. My question is also just building on the Secret Foods thing. I think right now, especially on the packaging and even on the website, it takes a little bit of a backseat to tahini. So I'm just curious, is that the intent? Maybe that's just right now, or have you given any thought to kind of giving Secret Foods, more prominence, or, like, how do you build that kind of master brand as you, I assume you look to extend into other product lines?
Right. Yeah, definitely love to expand into other flavors, and it's all going to be tahini based. That is what this product is. I agree with you. I should do a better job on the website of showing how that, why it's tahini, and going into it, and then showing the products and the different flavors and the premium quality behind it too. That's such a key factor. There's so many different tahinis out there. There's so many different sesame seeds even that you can use, and just showing people why I use such a good quality should really be more on the forefront. So that's a great idea. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, panel. Thanks, Anna. Back to you, Kate.
All right,
Again,
thank you very much, Serene. What a fantastic round of presentations so far. By the way, I know Arlene did it earlier, but we just really want to thank our sponsors, BMO Canada, Tories LLP, Air Canada, BDC and Chartwells for their ongoing support of the Accelerator program. And an extra special thanks to our title sponsor for this afternoon, that being Sobey's. With their support, they have created countless opportunities for beneficial that has not been for only the entrepreneurs, but also for the local communities. And we'd like to welcome in right now Jana Sobey, the Vice President of Merchandising for Thrifty Foods and the community and field for Sobey's as well. Jana, thank you so much for attending Demo Day and being with us, and for all the support that Sobey's offers this Accelerator program. We are continuously inspired by Sobey's commitment to support Canadian entrepreneurs. Now, all the presenters tonight are buzzing to show off their products, if you haven't noticed. Do you just have any advice for our entrepreneurs?
Yeah, great question, Kate. Thanks so much. Pleased to be here, and good afternoon, everyone. It's really kind of exciting to be a part of Demo Day because at Sobey's, we're so committed to working with and nurturing thousands of small and medium-sized businesses to not just bring the very best products to our customers, but to also invest and grow our local communities. And what's really interesting and important, I think, for the entrepreneurs to know is that, you know, at Sobey's, we do think a strong local program is one of our keys to success. And over the last 18 months, who could have predicted, but that position has been further prioritized for our customers. In fact, our local sales continue to far outpace our total store growth. And customers are continuously telling us they really want to support businesses close to home. So your brand story, your origins are so important to showcase. And the partnership that we have with Venturepark is a natural fit for us because we do have those shared goals of supporting fellow Canadian entrepreneurs and bringing innovative and exciting products to market that customers want to buy. So I'm so pleased with how the partnership's working. And the program, just so all you entrepreneurs know, really does and has proven to push potential. We're seeing a stronger articulation of that value proposition through better packaging through the program, marketing, distribution, merchandising. It's paying off. I've seen the power, and it truly has the potential to accelerate your brands. And finally, I guess the last piece I'll note is beyond the support and expertise that you guys are getting through Venturepark Labs. It's the passion, the energy, and the effort that you bring, which I think you can see in spades with our first two entrepreneurs, Anna and Sarah. And that's what gets those turns on the shelves and scales a business, I think, from being a local player to a national player and beyond. So good luck to each of you today. Can't wait to follow your journey. And also thank you to Arlene and the Venturepark Labs team for your ongoing partnership.
And Jana, just one quick question too before we let you go. We're encouraging viewers to use the hashtag #PushLocal. What does pushing local mean to you, and how has Sobey's made this more accessible?
Yeah, great question. Pushing local, it means everything to us. It's clearly, actually part of our DNA. We've been supporting local producers for over 115 years now. And like I said, it's become only more important to the customer at this stage. So we're invested, we're committed, we're growing the program, we're growing the branding, we're growing the tools and support to nurture these entrepreneurs to really help them scale and become bigger and better and stronger, and to offer something differentiated to our customer at the end of the day as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jana. The act of shopping local can make a huge impact in the community. And we just want to thank you, our audience, and all of our sponsors for supporting Canadian entrepreneurs who are pushing their potential in a business terrain that is not always easy. So we also have some exceptional giveaways in the partnership with Sobey's. How can you win, you ask? Well, we are asking you to #PushLocal with our poll, and we'll make that available in the chat on our social channels. You can pick from the list of local brands and shout out a few of your favorite, and you can win a voucher towards your next shopping spree at Sobey's. Again, use the #PushLocal. Well, it looks like the next round of entrepreneurs are ready, but our panelists may need to take a quick break from sampling during this next product pitch. And instead, look at the expertise of their furry friends. I did have a dog in here earlier to try this, but I made her leave for the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder of Barnyard Biscuits, Audrey Gilson. Hello, Audrey. Please tell us a little bit more about your company.
Hello, my name is Audrey Gilson, and I'm the founder of Barnyard Biscuits. I am a gourmet pet bakery that creates nutritional snacks, not occasional treats. All of my pet snacks contain only high quality and human grade ingredients. My pet biscuits smell fresh and home baked from the moment you open the package to the very last biscuit in the bag. I created my line of products back in 2016 when our police service dog Valley was diagnosed with cancer and could no longer enjoy his meals or snacks. Since then, I have made it my mission to provide the pet industry with a line of snacks that are not only just all natural and preservative free, but a snack that can be enjoyed no matter the occasion, after a hike, a good job at the obedience class, and especially after a horse show. 80% of my revenue comes from my most innovative dog-related product, my hand-rolled and hand-decorated gourmet cookies. The remaining 20% comes from my 4 varieties of unique and wholesome dog snacks and my natural forage type equine snacks. I started with farmers markets in my kitchen and then was quickly listed with the Bone and Biscuit franchise within 2 years. I grew to 40 independent pet specialty stores. Now in year 5, and with 2 pack members, I currently fulfill and distribute to over 90 pet specialty stores across Canada, which includes the International Pet Supply franchise, Pet Planet, Global Pets, Pet Value, Tailblazers, Green Hawk International, Bark and Fits, and so many more. I also have just recently been given the amazing opportunity to offer my pet snacks to the Safeway and Sobey's grocery locations here in Alberta. To also add to the excitement, my gourmet decorated dog cookies will also be featured in the winter edition of the Alberta box sold in Sobey's, Safeway, and IGA. This new partnership has escalated my brand and sales growth potential to new heights, and I am beyond grateful. My sales growth has doubled every year since 2017. In 2020, my total revenue was $42,000. My revenues to date up until June of this year is $45,000. With this steady and increasing growth, I forecast my revenue to be over $100,000 by the end of the year. I attribute this growth and proven velocity to the increased brand awareness and demand that I've seen with increased points of distribution, new partnerships gained this year, and many, many happy and healthy pets. The demand for my product is growing fast, and I am currently at capacity. My immediate short-term goal is to find the right strategic partner that can help my company meet and exceed my current and future production demand. My long-term plans include outsourcing fulfillment and looking to partner with a distributor to support sustainable growth at a sustainable pace. I hope to achieve this goal within the next 8 to 12 months. I want to thank you, Arlene Dickinson, and the entire Venturepark ecosystem for the opportunity to speak here today, and a very special thank you to Gary Hughes of Sobey, Alberta, for your time and support, and for helping Barnyard Biscuits create joy in every snack.
All right, thank you very much, Audrey. And your Barnyard Biscuits, I'd say they're delicious, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't tried them, but as you can see, they are legit open. The dog tried them and the dog absolutely loved them. Alongside Arlene, Serene, Mike, and Gary, I'd now like to introduce to you another panelist that we have for you this afternoon. Please welcome to the group, Carly George, Vice President of Client Services for Venture Play, the park's full-service marketing firm. And no big deal, Carly was named one of Canada's best executives by the Globe and Mail. Don't mind if I do, so clearly a heavy hitter. Welcome, Carly. Serene, what is your take on Barnyard Biscuits?
Thanks, Kate. So true story, gave these cookies to a friend of mine, unlabeled, and for his dog, Michael, if you're listening, this is about you. And he comes back to me and he's like, those cookies were really delicious. And I'm like, so I texted Audrey, I'm like, they're human grade, right? And so anyway, they attract the human pet owner and the pet. So there you go. Arlene?
makes me think back to on Dragon's Den, somebody serving us dog food one day, but didn't tell us it was dog food. But you know what? I would have been happy if it was yours, Audrey, because yours is actually the great tip tried and tasted. I think, you know, it's really interesting to me. It always is it's the idea of the joy of, you know, when you buy a decorated cookie for a person, which we do all the time as a gift or as a special treat, even for ourselves on special occasions, you know, that whole joy of buying translates to for your pets as well. And so I really like that you've actually captured a very emotional aspect of why people would want to buy this product to give to their pets. It makes them feel good. It tastes delicious. The pet is happy, and it's nutritious for them. So, you know, the decorated idea is really interesting to me. How are you going to scale it? Right now, currently you're hand decorating these. How do you scale this so that you can actually do, you know, thousands of bags and sell them, you know, all over the country?
That's a good question, because the part of the uniqueness about the artisanal aspect of what I do, it is just me. So I've thought about that question a lot. I've tried to headhunt other cookie artists per se and find the talent. The cookie base can easily be fulfilled by a co-packer, but the top actual joy part, what the pet parent would buy, because we're going to buy with our eyes first, right? That would be a little bit more of a challenge, I find. But I think with the right talent, and the talent is out there, I do believe it could easily be replicated with my quality control.
Thanks, Audrey. Mike Feta.
Thanks, Serene. Good job, Audrey, on where you're at for 5 years in your business. Congrats. I have to say that I'm not a current pet owner, but I have been for over 10 years. I like the brand. I like Barnyard Biscuits as a brand. I probably have a couple of comments and maybe specific to the packaged product. I think Super Stretchers is like a sub brand. But for me, it kind of just took away from Barnyard Biscuits, and you could, I think, just go right to the point of the Ryan Flax horse treats, calling that out. And what I didn't get on the package, which I know you have because you're using flaxseed and flaxseed oil on there, is the omega-3 benefits or the nutritional benefits that people are also getting from the product. And I'd want that screaming out on the package, because I think that'll drive some purchase decision. And then Serene answered my question, because I wasn't sure if they were human grade or not, because I was tempted to try it. But yeah, I'll leave my comments at that. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Gary.
Very well done, Audrey. Definitely looking forward to this product hitting the shelves in my stores in Alberta. One thing that I do see as a bit of a challenge is how are you going to get the message across to the customers? You definitely have an all natural, like Serene has discovered, definitely a human grade product. That definitely doesn't really fit, I guess, maybe with more mainstream dog treats out there. I don't think we're going to pass those out at a dinner party by any means. How do you get that education across to the consumers from a price point standpoint in a store on the shelf?
So I do a lot of education through sampling events. I know it has been difficult with COVID, but for me, I have the advantage of most pets are outside. So I have continued to sample in dog parks and outside of my stores, setting up booths and just talking to the consumer. Most pet parents are picky because they think their dog is picky and they don't understand what their dog really needs. So my whole aspect is just give them the treat to try, let them know that this is not a milk bone. This is a recipe panel that is fully integrated to feed the whole dog, not just the dog's stomach, like a traditional treat. So the whole education process, back to your question, is just physically talking to them, doing sample days, setting up events, and just boots on the ground, basically. So, and that gives it the premium price point once they know that it's not a milk bone, it's quality human grade meat ingredients.
Awesome. Thanks, Audrey. Hey, Carly.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Perfect. Great job and congratulations on all your success to date. I'm not a pony or a horse, so I didn't try this either, but it did look delicious. And I love that you have the visual appeal of this. Some feedback on your packaging would just maybe be able to showcase that a little bit more, because I do think that's why people will pick it up and buy it for their pets. You're in an extremely competitive category, so I still have a hard time figuring out what your differentiator is and how you're going to stand out, because there are a lot of competitors going in the more healthy, better for you space with their pets, and making it human grade as well. So if you can keep at trying to figure out how you're going to stand out, I think that would be great to help people pick you up. But I think you can showcase these a little bit more, because I think that these are going to help consumers buy because they look really great. I do worry about being able to scale, to Arlene's point, because if you're doing it right now, it is something that is going to be extremely hard to manage as you build. And that's it.
Thank you for that feedback.
Thanks, Carly. Back to you, Kate.
All right, thank you very much, Serene. Now I'd like to introduce a team of entrepreneurs who have set out to push their impact even further in the market, not only with their product, but also with their vision of sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Demo Day, Justin, Tyler, Adam, and Eric of Justo Craft Dips. Hello, gentlemen. Let's hear the story behind Justo.
Hi, Kate, and hello, Venturepark and honored guests. My name is Justin Kopetsky. I'm the CEO, chef, and one of 4 best friends that founded Vancouver Island's most exciting up-and-coming plant-based dip brand, Justos. I'm joined today by Tyler Hosey, our head of sales and finance, Adam Conlon, our head of marketing and branding, and Eric Taconia, our head of operations technology, who is currently actually out fixing our broken down delivery van. Justos was born from frustration with plasticky, bland, highly processed dips, in combination with a burning desire to provide people with sustainable, drop-dead delicious, and community-supporting snacks. Our vision is to influence a new industry standard that prioritizes extended producer responsibility, environmental stewardship, and community impact. We progress from potlucks, parties, and home deliveries on an Instagram page to the busiest farmers market table, to consistent sell-through at 75 grocery stores across Vancouver Island in less than 2 years, all throughout a pandemic. We're now looking to add strategic partnerships and relationships as we expand to the mainland and carve out our share in an ever-expanding plant-based dip market. What started as a brand of unique flavors of hummus sold in little paper cups has evolved into serving a variety of flavor-packed plant-based dips that are locally sourced, processed with upcycled ingredients, crafted with no artificial preservatives, and packaged in trendy, reusable glass jars. Now, we've had a strong entry point into the market with our current line of truffle, lemon cumin, and chipotle hummus, a fresh mango jalapeno salsa, and our beloved plant-based ranch dip. We have an excess of innovative and exciting dips that we can't wait to bring to market in the near future, along with a spicy packaging refresh.
Thanks, Justin. Our leadership team consists of young, driven entrepreneurs who have expertise in various fields. The ability to collectively communicate, be vulnerable, respect, and challenge each other is what will drive us to greatness. The 4 of us share a mission of creating high-quality plant-based products that leave a positive impact on our community and a minimal impact on the environment. We're achieving this through our Hummus Helps program, which has seen us donate over 2,500 pounds of hummus to local vulnerable populations, our jar return system that has seen us reuse over 12,000 jars, and our upcycle program that has seen us replace countless liters of water through repurposing our ingredient byproducts. With 36% of Canadians buying more plant-based products this year and 38% looking for more products with sustainable packaging, we're very much on trend. We have over 75 accounts waiting for our supply chain capacity to explode later this year, which will instantly double our vendor number. This includes Thrifty's Buy Local program and Nesta's Markets, and up next, the broader Sobey's Group and Save On Foods. We're currently in negotiations with co-packers and distributors and have received capital to fund our supply chain expansion. By November 2021, we'll have an order of 100,000 jars landed, a co-packer with capability to supply right across North America, and multiple channels of distribution, including partners willing to facilitate our jar returns. With this model in place, we'll be able to replicate it anywhere in the world. So next up, across Canada, the west coast of the US, and then the sunny beaches of my home, Australia. Please let us know if you'd like to help us positively influence the landscape of consumer packaged goods forever. Thank you, Kate, and I believe I'm handing it over to Rob.
You know what? I'll take it instead, but that's okay.
I think it's Kate.
Guys, I'll tell you, I'm the woman who was on mute to start this whole thing, so we're all good with technical stuff at this point. Thank you, gentlemen. Awesome presentation. I love the popping in and popping out as a television person. Joining Arlene and Carly, we have a few more new faces here on our panel. Please welcome Rob Cohort, who you guys mentioned, our newest executive in residence for Cohort 11, Venturepark Labs board member, Craig Hanna, who is also a food industry advisor with Clearview Advisory, and also Glenn Price, president at Sunterra Quality Foods Market in Calgary, Alberta. Rob, it has been great having you at Venturepark. As someone who has worked closely with Justo, what do you think about their potential?
Well, I think it's intense, actually, because they've grown out of the farmers market driven by consumer demand. And now they're making this next step. Meanwhile, all doing it as a triple bottom line business with people, planet, and profit all in consideration. So really exciting times. Let's ask Arlene what she thinks.
Well, you guys know that I love your passion. I mean, Jana from Sobey, she was saying this earlier about how, the enthusiasm shows. And when you love your product, it just shows. You're so passionate about it. So never lose sight of that and the importance of that, because as you look for investment, as you look for, retailers to carry you, that enthusiasm is going to go a long way in terms of people believing and trusting in you. I think that the question I have is, first of all, every aspect, from the upcycling to the recycling to the thoughtfulness that you put into the social contribution back to your community. I mean, those are all big checks in today's world as it relates to consumer goods. The question I have for you, though, is the washing and the recycling of the bottles and the jars does feel like hard. It feels hard in terms of picking them up, in terms of getting them washed, in terms of getting them back, into the supply chain for you. Do you think it's scalable, and are you able to manage that? Have you found a way to manage that effectively?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take that one. It's definitely a challenge. It's been a challenge ever since we started, especially during the beginning of COVID when no one wanted to do our jar returns, but we were still adamant on trying to get the grocery stores to take them. We do believe it is scalable, at least within the mainland of BC here. That's going to be a bit of our pilot run and test run to see how it goes at a larger scale. We have been in contact with distributors that are able to facilitate it, and we have a third-party washing facility through a Project Zero incubator program that we're also in touch with. So shout out to Cody. And we're able to do it at a standpoint that actually costs less than purchasing a new jar in combination with our donations of the additional donation that we do when people return their jars. So at the scale we're currently at, we believe it is scalable, but to be honest, when it goes further than Vancouver and the mainland, it's still to be seen, but we're excited to at least try and see how it goes.
Well, yeah, and you can always evolve that, that entire thesis can be evolved as you learn and understand what is scalable and what isn't. I didn't get a chance to trial your product. I'm sorry, but I've heard so many good things about it. So I think you did a great job of the pitch. I especially love that you had it coming in like Kate. I was looking for the drama. So you didn't get to talk, but hey, you're a great hand model. So over to you, Craig.
Thanks, Arlene, and thanks everyone for the chance to be here. Guys, I was fortunate enough to try the product. It made it to me, still chilled, so thanks for getting it shipped out. It tasted great. Really love the kick with the hummus. That's a perfect Chipotle taste and flavor. I can see why there's a good pull for it. I guess first off, just kudos. It seems like you're having a lot of fun. And it's been a tough year, and a really tough year to be starting and building and to still be, smiling. That energy is what will attract people to your business, whether that's capital providers, supply chain partners or customers. So keep that up and share that journey with people. I think people will find it really engaging. What I was curious about is from your manufacturing to the store and then where it's being merchandised as at least I received the product chilled. Is it a fresh product? What's the shelf life like? How are you managing that part of the business today, and how does that scale?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Definitely been a challenge for us because we don't use any artificial preservatives. So the hummus refrigerator is about 4 weeks right now. Justin has been super creative and has started to make some plant-based aioli dips that last for 3 months already. The exciting part about the expansion and the strategic partners that we're bringing on board is that the next phase should extend that shelf life out to 3 or 4 months immediately through the machinery and processes available through them. And that's where having an engineer on board is really, really handy to liaise with them for the expansion. In stores, yeah, refrigerated good. But in the future, I think, yeah, there are some scale opportunities for some ambient products that we still may refrigerate like Anna has before. But yeah, we're into that next stage that'll hopefully open that door from a shelf life perspective and mean that opens up to other parts of Canada and the rest of the expansion plan.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you for your feedback as well, Craig. Really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, great questions. And Glenn, your thoughts?
Yeah, so great. I had the chance to taste the product as well, and I thought it was excellent. I appreciate your enthusiasm and yeah, I like the packaging. I would have one suggestion. It was actually unclear to me what the actual brand name was. I think I know the intent of the script or the font is probably to create that craft message, but I would probably argue that if you want good followers, it might be a little bit better to make that a bit more clear. And I guess my main question, so it's kind of a follow-on from Craig, is that, of course, we're all about fresh, and we see the market as being quality driven by fresh. So, but I also agree that that's probably the most challenging area of the wider chain groups, merchandising and organization and shelf space, and also the challenge with respect to how those items are priced. So maybe you could just speak to where you're feeling you'll be positioned in the market price-wise, because of course the other disadvantage of going ambient or shelf stable is that that's a highly competitive market on that grocery shelves from a pricing perspective. So yeah, my questions are in and around there. Where are you seeing yourself end up with this product and priced relative to a pretty crowded category?
Yeah, in terms of pricing, lucky enough, and actually I'll just shout out this now before I move on, like the team that Arlene's put together in this program are phenomenal, and Rob, Kelly, and Mike, and Serene, which I'm going to shout out now, working with her closely about what that is going to look like for us at that stage. Right now it's a little bit unknown, but I think we do want to hold on to as much of that fresh and no artificial preservative space as much as possible. I think we're probably not going to pivot from some of those value positions. So if that means that we don't shift too much into the ambient space because we can't for those reasons, then we'll maintain that. But we do think about what we're offering in terms of the sustainability and community aspect. We will price that in a premium range for us as well. I've started to do some analysis this week, thanks to Rob and the homework that he gave me to really start analyzing this space for our next phase. So I think, yeah, that right now we're probably about 10-15% premium compared to like brands, but I think that'll grow as we continue to make a larger impact outside of just the product that we have.
Great answer. Great openness to change by you guys and willingness to learn and develop. I think that's amazing. And thanks, Glenn, for your questions. Carly, any thoughts?
Yeah, I, again, only have feedback because these three geniuses ahead of me took all the questions that I had. I think you guys are a great embodiment of your brand. You can see the passion, you can feel it. I had a chance to try it. I think the taste profile is amazing. It's some of the best hummus that I've had. I love that you're updating your packaging because I do find it a little bit cluttered and a little bit confusing, and it was hard to see your actual brand name. So just some feedbacks for when you go do the iteration to just make that a little bit more prominent, maybe clean it up a little bit so it's a little bit more legible, and then really showcase the texture of your product, which you kind of do, but you have some of that, the visual representation of like the whales and the otters and all that stuff on there now. But really your product and how it looks is the star. So keep that in your back pocket as you're doing the change. And I wish you guys the best. Like I love, I think you guys are amazing. So good luck.
Wow, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Carly. Thank you, Carly. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
And I have a burning question. Is the van running again? Can you get your next delivery
Oh
out?
my God. What's going on? I've been running around town all day talking to mechanics. It's gonna work for now, but we're gonna have to order some crazy parts and do a core something or other. I don't know. It's gonna get figured out. It's gonna be good.
That's the life of an entrepreneur, though. You know, just when you're going to do your demo day pitch and everything's going well, your van breaks down and you've got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it speaks to kind of who you are, that you showed up and you kept going and you just made it all work. So good for you guys, because it's not easy.
Thank you, Arlene.
Yeah, great job, everybody. And back to you, Kate.
Great stuff. Thanks, Rob. That was my favorite part so far. I was like, I think I introduced 3 guys, but all of a sudden one guy flies in with a yellow hat. And I love the adaptability of that gentleman. All right, so Venturepark Labs love nothing more than seeing these entrepreneurs successfully graduate the accelerator, but their journey will not end there. It is just the beginning, and as we all know, there is no limit to where these companies can go when they continue to push their potential post-program. Now, one notable example is Shelby Taylor from Chickapea Pasta, who we caught up with this past week to hear more about her inspiring entrepreneurial journey so far.
Hi everyone, I'm Shelby Taylor, founder and CEO at Chickapea, and also a graduate of one of the very early cohorts of District Ventures Accelerator. There are so many ways that Chickapea has had to push potential over the years. I think of the early days and, just when you have an initial idea and you're trying to take the potential of that idea and push it to customers and investors, new people that you're trying to recruit to your staff. You're constantly trying to push potential as an entrepreneur. But I think when I really think of how we've done this over the years, I think about how we've really dug inside ourselves and pushed our own potential. For myself, I have accomplished things that I never, ever thought possible. And I know that my staff has too. They've really pushed their potential through all of our challenges, our ups and downs, and they're incredible.
Thank you very much, Shelby, for sharing your story with us. We applaud you for all your success with Chickapea Pasta. I was saying that my nutritionist swapped this out a few years back for me, and it was one of the best changes I've made in my diet. Just a reminder that if you want to learn more about the entrepreneurs we have featured for today, as well as past cohort companies, you can find more information at ventureparklabs.ca. Now, with many of you watching Demo Day, let's throw it back to you viewers and find out how things are progressing on our social channels. And here to give us an update, it is Jess from Venturepark's Labs Community Coordinator. Jess, what are some of the viewers saying at home to this point?
Thanks, Kate. First off, I just want to commend you on being an incredible host. Zoom is not easy, but you're doing a fantastic job. All of our panelists, our entrepreneurs today are doing such a great job. And I also want to give a huge shout out to the viewers who are watching the stream right now and keeping our socials so lively. I'm loving the engagement and everyone who's sharing the hashtag push potential, opening up about what that means to them. It's really inspiring and a big reason why that statement means so much to us here at Venturepark. So keep up the great work, share your stories, keep shouting out your favorite local brands. I've heard Drizzle Honey being mentioned, Kind Laundry, and the cooking staple Bow Valley Barbecue is really popular on the poll. So keep it coming. Let's inspire each other to continue pushing our potential and win some prizes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jess. Now we're still live here at Demo Day and we have more prizes to give away, including a few sample boxes that our panelists also have in their hands right now. They could easily be yours by filling out our current poll or sharing in the chat what hashtag push potential means to you, which we've been witnessing tonight with all our incredible entrepreneurs. Now that brings us to our next round of companies who have been waiting in anticipation to show off all their products that are bound to be the next big thing in the market. To kick things off, let's learn more about how we can spice things up in the kitchen with this next product. Please welcome Sachilil of Sachili. So thank you so much for joining us. I got your product and I must say, I'm not going to scoop it out onto my fingers, but this was absolutely fantastic on a little bit of baguette when I tried it. Fabulous product.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you approve. Okay, great. So I will get started. Obsessed, flavor explosion, perfectly balanced. These are some of the words our customers use to describe Sachili. Hello, Arlene, Venturepark, and featured guests. My name is Sachi Couture. I'm the founder and chief flavor officer of Sachili, a new flavor company entrant in the Canadian market. So what is Sachili? Sachili is an innovative line of chili-infused toppings. Our products are all natural, organic, gluten-free, and vegan-friendly. Our toppings are slow roasted to create an addictive balance of heat, savory, and sweet with a crunchy texture. Think of Sachili as a flavor tool that elevates your meals without changing the core ingredients on your plate. So my journey started with my South Asian roots, which exposed me to spice and flavor at an early age and expanded my desire for global flavors. As a busy executive and mom, I wanted a simple, ready-to-eat clean product that could be seamlessly added to my everyday meals. Unfortunately, the market had very little to offer. So I used my 25 plus years of helping build high growth companies as a springboard to bring Sachili to life and created a product offering that transcends cuisines and instantly elevates any dish. So we currently have 3 SKUs, Sachili Original, Sachili Smoked Roasted Red Pepper, and our new superfood Sachili Chia Goji Moringa. Think of our toppings as a flavor hack. You simply open the jar, sprinkle our toppings onto your favorite everyday foods. For breakfast, think eggs, avocado toast. Add Sachili to your vegan bowl as you head into lunch. Why not sprinkle Sachili on your popcorn as an afternoon snack? Or for dinner, add Sachili to your grilled veggies, tacos, pasta, and our fan favorite, pizza. As an Instagram follower recently shared, they tried Sachili as a rim on their Caesar glass. As you can see, Sachili applications are truly endless. So we jump-started Sachili 2 years ago on a part-time basis to address a gap in the market. I often refer to the chili category as the sea of sameness. Most products in this vertical offer one-dimensional flavor profiles with mediocre quality ingredients. As a health-conscious consumer myself, I saw an opportunity to disrupt. Our target consumer spans from millennials to baby boomers. They're health-conscious, love food, are open to new flavor experiences, and are willing to pay a premium for high-quality products. So let's get into some industry insights. Specialty foods are growing 3 times faster than conventional food categories. According to a recent McNeil study, the top 5 reasons for trying specialty foods across generations are interesting flavors, simple, clean ingredients, superior quality, authentic ethnic flavors, and locally produced. Sachili delivers on each of these key attributes. We're certainly sold across 40 plus retailers in Ontario and through a variety of e-commerce channels, and recently joined the Sobey's local program. Our products retail for $7.99 to $9.99. We are hyper-focused on expanding our distribution in Ontario and replicating this market strategy across Canada. Growth goals for the next 12 months: expand Canadian retailer footprint, increase D2C, continue to invest in social media and marketing efforts, and broaden Sachili's brand awareness. We are so excited to have completed this leg of our Venturepark journey and look forward to leveraging our new industry partnerships to support Sachili's growth. Thank you again for your time. And remember, with Sachili in your kitchen, salt and pepper have never been so jealous. Thank you.
It's all the jealousy at this point. Thank you, Sachili. So let's assemble our panelists. Joining us are Arlene, Rob, Craig, and we've also added a few more industry experts to the bench. Joining us is Michael Rose, Director of Category Management at Ontario Grocer Metro Incorporated, and Joanna Track, Vice President of Executive Publishing for Venturepark Voice, our community of editorial experts at Venturepark. So Rob, what stood out for you in Sachili's presentation?
When it comes to spice, you had me at hello. I was sold, but really the flexibility of your product while delivering a complex flavor, I think is just awesome. But really, enough about me. Let's ask Arlene what she thinks about it.
Well, I love the product. I'm a huge fan of spiciness, and I thought it was such a unique flavor profile. And as you know, and one of my one of the people that work with me, was a huge fan of this long before he knew you were involved in the accelerator, and told me, he says, this is the best product. I put it on absolutely everything. And so he was right. It's a fabulous product. And I love that you're kind of reinventing the whole way people can think about changing flavor profiles in their snacking with, on crackers or with cheeses, or, as you said, with a variety of different things. And I like the salt and pepper could get jealous. The 3 different SKUs is good. You've got 3 different flavor profiles, which I think is really important. Do you think that people are going to understand what it is? And do you think they're going to be able to, use it for the versatility that it's good for? Do you think that, how are you going to get them to understand that?
Yeah, it's a great question, Arlene. We, even before we actually launched the product, we really thought through, how are we going to educate? How are we going to get people to really appreciate, because it doesn't belong in the spice aisle. It's a ready to eat flavor product. So where we kind of strategically sort of wanted to reinforce that is actual placement. So the product right now, it's really it's in 3 sections. It's in the prepared foods, it's in the deli section, and it's actually in the produce section, root vegetables, broccoli, vegetables. And what we actually did, to take it one step further, I do want to show this to you. We actually created a really innovative box and packaging that actually gives you the food inspo. There's a visual, and our litmus test was, as a consumer, if I'm walking by, will I know within 3 seconds what this product is? And this was the essence of the design of this package. So this was actually customized for Sobeys. And so obviously we can't sample right now. So this was kind of our workaround, but yeah, there is definitely education. The other piece that I can highlight is on the social media front. We have a lot of influencers showcasing Sachili recipes, inspiration, how are they using it? And so hopefully, I actually think that influencer strategy is going to educate people more perhaps than in store. And lastly, I've got 2 little samples. So we just came up with these as sort of, again, a workaround into not being able to sample. So I'm hoping we can give these out to customers as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Arlene. And Craig, some thoughts from you.
Thanks, Sachi. Thanks for sending some samples my way. That was I can see the versatility, and I think therein lies the challenge. And Arlene said hit on it. So I was curious, as you're thinking about kind of building a community around this of people who are going to advocate and teach others about how to use the product. What seems to be resonating? What are the channels you're looking at? How are you engaging with them? Is that something that with more support, whether that's financial or resource time to allocate, that you think you can continue to build on?
Yeah, so thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, this in itself is where the challenge, when you innovate and you're thinking outside the box, there's this whole education element. I think definitely, I think social media, like we haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg. I think if you look at TikTok and other channels that are really accelerating that whole education piece, I think that's something that, we're now starting to think about. There's traditional marketing and education. How can we be different? I'll give you an example. We're doing a food truck event. We're actually hanging out with a food truck this weekend in front of Cheese Boutique. And part of that education, we're hoping, is we're going to be there. We're going to kind of showcase other foods and how you can pair it. So it's definitely something we have to do. But one thing I do want to point out, I don't know if you've seen the lid of our product, but it's actually got a food inspo. And we have a lot of customers coming back to us saying, oh yeah, actually every time I open it, I get a little bit of inspiration from the lid in terms of how to use it. But yeah, we're going to have to continue to get creative on that. Thank you.
Oh, I really like that. I think as you end up with people trying to eat more plant-based foods and more whole food products, they can kind of be bland. So being able to make those a lot more exciting I think you've got a real opportunity in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Greg. Lots of opportunity for sure. Let's get Michael's ideas.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for welcoming me back. Sachi had a great product. When I visited the website, I really liked the fact that you were calling out many of the day parts, really those recipes that tie back to the breakfast with the avocado toast, whether it be the eggs, the potatoes, the nachos, and tying into snacking and dinner. One of your posts mentioned that James calls it as a versatile addition to a spice cabinet. I thought that was a great little call out. I see the value in it being gourmet specialty, the idea of global flavor as you called it out. I really like the two call outs on the website calling it out the vegan, 100% vegan, and 100% Canadian. I think, those are two great attributes that are very consumer engaging at the moment. I'm going to ask a question about price and trial. As a retailer, you actually answered part of my question in where you're going to merchandise this in a grocery store. That being said, my first mindset was spice, coming from the grocery world, the dry goods side of the business, and you're up against the big spice companies. And price and trial are key. So for me, one of the things I was wondering was, why did you pick the jar as your packaging vehicle? I'm thinking of it from a cost control perspective. Can you bring your cost down if you chose a different packaging? Environmental impact, footprint on the shelf, marketing space. How do you use that space in the consumer's 3 seconds of scanning that product to get your message across? And really, it's that flavor addition that you're trying to go after. So I'm just wondering.
Yeah. So in terms of the packaging, I think, again, we need to reinforce this is a specialty premium product, right? And so to me, the traditional plastic jars, the spices that you see, I don't think it denotes the brand that we're trying to put out there. We've got organic ingredients, etc. Notwithstanding that, we actually don't call it a spice. We actually intentionally call ourselves a flavor company because we actually don't want to compete with the spice. Spices, you have to go home, you got to figure out a recipe. What am I adding it to? Sachili is actually a ready-to-eat product, so it's more akin to your tapenades and pestos and olives and antipasto. So that to me is kind of where the consumer, the Sachili consumer, is shopping. So for the glass jar, it was actually intentional that we wanted something premier, we wanted something slick. And will we consider changing it? Environmental pouches, there's a lot of innovation happening. Yeah, absolutely, we'll consider it. But that was, yeah, okay.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Some great insight there, Michael. Thank you from the retail perspective. Joanna, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought that was a fantastic presentation. Thank you. I was really excited because I guess in as many days as I've had the product is how many times plus that I've used it, morning, noon, and night. So already a huge fan. And the question I did have, you've already answered, and I was really happy to hear your answer because I was curious about where you were in the grocery store. And I was really hoping you were going to say not just in the spice aisle. And so I love that angle because I think all the places you mentioned are so relevant. And so I think that's fantastic. And then you also you stole all my commentary, but what I really notice in my world of content and storytelling, like I absolutely love this. I think telling this story right here on the package, I found it inspo for me. I think it's really, in consumers, nobody likes making decisions, especially when it comes to meal times. And I think this is super helpful. And then when you showed your the box that you have in store, I love that storytelling opportunity. So my only feedback that I have is I went through your website, and I know you mentioned that D2C is also important. I would try to bring out that story more and more. Your personality is incredible. It's spice, so it should be spicy. And I feel like of all the places, that is where there's now the most opportunity to grow. I feel like when I went to your website a few days ago, I didn't feel that same excitement and spiciness as I'm feeling right now on your package here. And so I would say, just try to elevate that. And I think you're on a really great track. So congrats.
Okay. No, really great feedback. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, panelists. This is really, really great.
Thank you, Sachi. Great job. Certainly some heat in that kitchen. If people haven't tried your product, I'm sure they're going to be excited to try it now. So let's pass things back to Kate.
All right, Rob, well, I think our panelists are just about ready for another snack. And what better way to fill that need than with our next product? Here to share more is our next entrepreneur. It is Anamika Joya of Sacred Foods. Welcome, Anamika. And we cannot wait to hear more about Sacred Foods.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mika, and I am the founder of Sacred Foods. We are a Vancouver-based company that makes snacks out of popped lotus seeds. I first discovered this snack when I was a little girl. I grew up in India, and my mom used to make it for me at home. It was my favorite snack. When I moved to Canada when I was 13, I noticed that I couldn't find it anywhere. Over the years, I struggled to find good snacks that were both healthy and still tasted good. When I did find snacks that checked both boxes, they were usually still highly processed. My quest to find the perfect snack kept bringing me back to the one of my childhood, and I felt compelled to create Sacred Foods. In my culture, the lotus flower is very sacred and represents purity, which is one of the core values on which I've built this brand. The cultivation process does not destroy the ecosystem. It is sustainably grown without the use of chemicals or fertilizers. The seeds are hand-picked, popped to perfection, and roasted with olive oil and simple seasonings. Sacred Foods comes in 4 delicious flavors: Himalayan pink salt, white cheddar, sweet Thai chili, and spicy wasabi. Each of these bags retails for $3.49. And some of the great things about this snack is that it's gluten-free, non-GMO, low in calories, and high in protein. The extra bonus is that it tastes amazing and delivers a satisfying crunch. It's like a happier, healthier version of popcorn. Our most popular flavor is the Himalayan pink salt, and this one is extra special because it contains just 3 ingredients: popped lotus seeds, olive oil, and pink salt. This makes it one of the cleanest packaged snacks in the aisle. It's also vegan, paleo-friendly, and Whole30 compliant. Sacred Foods launched in grocery stores during the pandemic lockdown in May 2020. And since then, we've grown to over 200 locations across Canada. In our first year, we sold over 30,000 units, which equals to more than $100,000 in retail sales. I hope to double these numbers in the next year. And I believe this is achievable as we just got onboarded with one of the top national distributors in Canada. We also plan to increase our brand awareness and sales velocity with in-store sampling programs, influencer marketing, events, and consumer trade shows. The salty snack category in Canada is a fast-growing segment, which is worth over $2 billion in sales at an annual growth rate of 8%. Within this category, a driving trend is the need for healthy options, and this is where Sacred Foods fits right in. Sacred Foods is available at Whole Foods, Well.ca, Spud.ca, and many more local stores across the country. I look forward to you trying Sacred Foods at a store near you. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much, Mika. I gotta say, I need stuff like this on set all the time at work, so super, super, super convenient. So let's hear from our panel. Joining Arlene, Rob, Michael, and Joanna is Brian Rafuse, Vice President at Acosta, one of the largest CPG sales brokers in the world. Rob, you've had a chance to see Sacred Foods grow and score some huge wins just over the past few months. How has Mika progressed throughout the cohort?
Mika is a natural entrepreneur with a can-do attitude. Nothing stops her. And she's also visionary, bringing something as ancient as lotus seeds into a modern culture. So it's really quite amazing, and she's an amazing young person. But really, let's find out what Arlene has to think about this product.
Mika, I love the product. I've tasted it and sampled it, and I think it's great. I think you might have to think about how you can tell the story again on your name. So at some point, just consider how you're going to get the brand story out there. But listen, I think it's very, very good, and I wish you good success. And that was a great pitch. You did a really great job. And you were a little nervous, but you actually came through it all, and you could tell you just picked yourself up. So it was really well done.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Arlene. And Brian, your thoughts?
Hi, Mika. Great presentation. Wonderful product. I know that one of the challenges that I've had when I shared it, and I didn't want to share it with my family because of the size was, number one, not that large, but a lot of people don't know what a popped lotus seed is. So I know that's probably a challenge with consumers potentially not understanding how great and how tasty it is. And I'm wondering, with your small format that you've chosen, I think it's 40 grams, have you ever given some consideration to larger size formats so that more mouths can try it, more people can try it? And I'm also double question, where would I find this in the store? Would this be sort of an impulse front end item, or would this be in the snacking section where maybe a larger format might be better?
Those are both great questions. So the first one, yes, because it's a new product to market, a lot of people have never heard of it. Of course, it is a bit of a challenge to educate customers, but that's why I kind of have the seeds right in the middle so they don't have to wonder what it looks like. I also have a lot of the unique selling points and, like the calorie count, the high protein, vegan, gluten-free, all on the front. And yes, I do actually have a multi-pack in the works. I've had a lot of my customers ask me about a bigger package just because they want to be able to bring it to parties and share it with their friends, or just snack all night on a movie night because it's a great alternative to popcorn. Yeah.
Oh, great. That's a great product.
All right, what was the second part of your question?
No, I think you got it. I was just talking about the on shelf. Where would we find it in store? And I was just more of a comment. The larger format might help you to sort of stand out more on shelf.
Yeah, in terms of where it's placed at the grocery store, there's a lot of different options. The natural snack category is a good one. It works really well over there. The other place that people place it in the grocery store is beside the popcorn, because it's a good alternative to popcorn. A lot of people are kind of sensitive to corn and the kernels get stuck in their teeth, and this is a good option instead.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you, Brian. We'll go to Michael next. This is kind of a new thing for me. Michael, what are your perspective on this from a retailer?
Yeah, you know what? It sounds very intriguing, the whole thing of an Asian water lily seed being popped. It sounds sustainable to me. It almost sounds like the cranberry story. So I feel like there's a big sub-story there that you can tell with that whole mindset. And I really do like the idea of the sacred foods and the idea of 1,000 years of history there. So fantastic job that way. The bigger thing for me is the idea of food as medicine, functional food. We're in a COVID environment, and nothing's more important than our health at this time. So I think you've got a lot of great call outs there with your attributes. And I think, you mentioned the protein, the antioxidants, the minerals. For me, that was the exciting part of this program. The biggest thing is going to be going up against the big CPG snack players. So I think you're going to have to leverage the food as medicine mindset and get trial. And the other thing is with display in a grocery store, nothing's better than having a big bulky display full of display ready cases ready for people to grab at the front of the store. So it looks like you got it. There you go. So for me, it's more commentary than questions. I don't know if you can tell me a bit more about the sustainability mindset.
Absolutely, yes. So this plant, it actually grows abundantly and naturally in the north of India in these massive ponds. And then the communities and the farmers that live around there, they harvest them. So they are, like I said, seasonal, naturally occurring, and grow without fertilizers and pesticides.
Oh, fantastic.
Such a great story, Mika, and thank you, Michael. Great insight from you as a retailer. Joanna, what are your thoughts?
Again, I'll just stick to the commentary. I thought it was fantastic, and as an avid crunchy, salty snacker, it hit the spot. And I think, I'm also a very keen consumer, very always looking at protein, calories, fat, all that type of stuff. And I found the one thing is, like, in this category, as many, the point of differentiation is so huge. And while it is called out, it didn't scream to me. I felt like I had to go looking for the information more. And then even when I went through your website and I found that comparison to popcorn, that's information that sticks with me. It really resonated for someone who's always like looking at those numbers. But I felt like I had to go searching for the information. So I would look for ways as you evolve your packaging and your website and display, really you need, you can't just say it, you got to scream it, because it's so competitive and you have such a compelling story. Like, I know for my friends and community who care about this stuff, they would love this, but I don't know if they would take the time and energy to go searching for the information. So put it right in front of their face. But I thought it was absolutely delicious, and I can't wait to try the other flavors.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great feedback, and I'll definitely look into incorporating that as we evolve our brand and our packaging. Thank you, everyone on the panel.
Yeah, great job, Mika. Awesome entrepreneur. Great feedback from the panel. Thank you, all of you. And back to you, Kate.
All right, thank you very much, Rob. We're a few minutes away from our next entrepreneur taking the virtual stage as they push their potential of where their brand can go. But very first, I'd like to take some time just to chat with Brian from Acosta, who you just saw, to discuss how Acosta is stepping up to help these entrepreneurs succeed. Brian, we're so happy to have you here today with us. What can you personally share about Acosta's support for tonight's presenters and the Accelerator program moving forward?
Thanks, Kate, so much. And I got to say, I'm really excited to be here. And also on behalf of the Acosta team, we're really happy to be a part of today's demo day and to continue our support with Venturepark's future cohorts. For each one of today's presenters, we'd like to make ourselves available for a one-on-one meeting with members of our natural specialty team to review all the founders' unique needs. We're hoping that this will provide an opportunity for each founder to chat with an Acosta natural specialty sales expert to discuss, their specific go-to market options and how partnering with an agency, a North American sales agency like ours, could help accelerate the growth. And then we're really excited to say that for future cohorts, we're really excited to be a part of the park's ecosystem going forward and to really drive and help bring great Canadian consumer products like you're seeing today to market. I think that what the park is doing, they're playing a much needed role in advancing the development of innovative Canadian consumer packaged goods, and we're just so excited to be a part of that. So I'm the lucky guy that sort of gets to stand here today and talk on behalf of the team. But just want to say thank you for letting us be a part of this, and we're looking forward to being a part of the ecosystem in the future.
Now, according to my notes, I understand that you also have a prize for our viewers tonight as well.
Yeah, so we're happy to help support tonight, and we've got 5 $100 Visa gift cards that I guess the Venturepark team can figure out how they're going to get out there. But yeah, we're happy to support with 5 of those. They'll be coming out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. So
Thanks,
to take home a prize this evening, courtesy of Acosta, all you have to do is leave a comment on Instagram, LinkedIn, or wherever you are currently streaming Demo Day and share your story. Hashtag Push Potential is an integral part of Venturepark's mission to inspire Canadian entrepreneurs. So we ask you, the viewers, how do you hashtag push potential in your everyday life? Let us know what gives you inspiration. And as mentioned, you have a chance to win one of 5 $100 Visa gift cards. Now, it was only a short time ago that Venturepark Labs' previous cohorts were pitching their products to Canada's top retailers and investors, but they've already made some huge strides in the CPG industry. Venturepark Labs caught up with a few of our alumni who wanted in on the celebration to cheer on Cohort 11 before they set out for their next step in their entrepreneurial ventures. Let's hear from them now.
Hi everyone, I'm Shifa, founder of a superfood company called Dear Snackers and alumni from Cohort 10.
Hi there, I'm Sam. I'm the CEO and founder of Choro Beverages Inc., which is the company behind both brands Choro Matcha and Matcha Colada.
Bob, no one likes creepy dolls. Just kidding. Bob from last demo day. Hey guys, Allison Ricks from Mobile Baby. Hope you had a really wicked time in the Accelerator program. I know I did. Launched us to the next phase of development.
I know it's not an easy program, but it's worth it.
I'm very excited to watch all the pitches today. Good luck, participants.
Hey, it's Graydon from Graydon Skincare. We've grown so much since Cohort 7, and I'm so excited to see you at Demo Day.
Have fun. Keep being awesome.
What a fantastic throwback to some of Venturepark Labs' innovative entrepreneurs who are continuously pushing their potential. Now, speaking of alumni, we have a very special guest in attendance tonight who is also a panelist for our next round of entrepreneurs. It is my pleasure to introduce to you, and I'm a massive fan of, by the way, Susie York of Love Good Fats and Cohort 4 alumni. Hi, Susie. It is awesome to have you here this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining Demo Day. And I'm really, please don't sue me. I love your product. And the only reason I was able to make fun of it at the beginning is because I literally had it in my fridge and I've loved your product forever. But how does it feel to be back as a panelist this time around?
Well, I'm very, very honored. I was very grateful that Arlene accepted me as Cohort 4, and I had 0 sales, 0 revenue when I was part of the cohort and flying back and forth. And now, just near 4 years later, we've sold $110 million of revenue. So I've been certainly very grateful. And every time I can plug Venturepark and District Ventures to fellow founders, it's the first thing that I do. So it's just been a really exciting journey in the last 4 years.
So Love Good Fats has experienced just a massive amount of growth since you successfully graduated from that accelerator program. Just what inspires you personally to keep pushing the potential of your brand at this point?
Well, I think there's an enormous potential for getting the message out that fats are good and sugar is evil and the culprit really. And no better way than to have a brand name that kind of screams the message that we all know now. We've been misinformed for many years. So there's so much potential. The brand can extend into multiple categories. We've certainly been humbled with COVID, so never a dull moment. We went from hyper growth, 40,000 a month to $1 million a month to 7 million a month in terms of the milestones. And then COVID hit, and we got triple headwinds with the keto category taking a side burner to banana bread and to on-the-go bars really, tanking nearly 40%. And then and discovery, which is the gift to all the founders here in startups, has been pretty much eliminated. So we, I've been kept busy with being humbled by some challenges in terms of the velocities, and we've had to do some pivots, but we're very grateful that we've had no supply issues. We have a whole bunch of innovation now coming out the pipeline in the next couple months. So never a dull moment as we grow to get the word out of good fats and low sugar.
Well, as I mentioned, your product is absolutely sensational. I've been using it for years, and I'm really dedicated to what goes into my body. So it's awesome to have you here. And as someone who loves food so much, I feel like you're a celebrity to me. So this is very, very exciting. We're so happy to have you back in the park. We can't wait to hear more from you tonight, Susie. But until then, let's hear from our latest snack brand of the night. And before we, of course, transition into our health and beauty categories. So please welcome now Jeff Ball and Trudy Ann Webster of Thrive Provisions. Hi, guys. I was going to show you how much I love this product because there's none left. I got the box. I was just going to take a little nibble and the whole thing's completely gone. But that's enough from me. Please tell us a little bit more about Thrive Provisions.
Well, thank you, and good afternoon, Venturepark and valued guests. I'm Jeff Ball, and this is Trudy Ann Webster, and we're from Thrive Provisions out of Southern Alberta. Thrive Provisions was founded on the fundamental belief that packaged foods can be great tasting, healthy, and accessible. We have a passion for reimagining different occasions to eat beef, and want to energize Canadians, providing them with products that have superior taste and natural health benefits. Our Canadian-made Wagyu beef bars are sustainably sourced from my herd in Alberta for the discerning consumer. They come in 3 gourmet flavors: honey lime and black pepper, maple apple blueberry, and the new one out is chorizo. Thrive Provisions is the direct result of wanting to provide an exceptional experience for anyone looking for something supremely better to snack on. Our bars are keto and paleo friendly. They are portable and shelf stable for 365 days. We pride ourselves on making an all natural gluten-free product with no added sugars and has 13 grams of protein in every bar. My farm, where Thrive Provision beef bars were born, has a long history for over 80 years. Our heritage farm, we still uphold the same family values and safety standards that have created our reputation for consistent and high quality beef. Looking forward, we look forward to building our legacy with expertly crafted food that defies expectations and solves the demands for modern living.
The meat snack category is comprised of jerkies and pepperoni sticks that are made from lower imported grades of animal protein with preservatives and fillers. These products do not offer a premium eating experience, and we know that consumers have shown us they're searching for elevated options for snacking for protein. Meat bars is the fastest growing segment in the meat snack category, and we've chosen to make Thrive Provisions the premium tier in the category as a specialty meat snack. In our first year, we've been hyper-focused on growing in our own backyard, gaining listings within the health and natural channel, and leveraging any opportunity to connect with local consumers. Thank you, Gary Hughes and Sobey's, for being such a great supporter. We are now branching out into Ontario and BC and looking for select retailers that focus on keto and paleo products. We've just landed 600 Circle Ks in Ontario for our brand and are continuing to expand as we find good partners. Thrive Provisions fuels the busy lifestyle of the modern health-conscious consumer and offers a choice for a clean label, high-quality protein snack. And our unique flavors complement the Wagyu beef and it optimizes the taste and texture, creating an eating experience that is unbeatable. So pick up a bar and thrive. And thank you very much for having us.
All right, thank you very much, Trudy Ann, for that great presentation. Let's turn it over to our panel. Joining Arlene, we have 4 additional industry experts who are here to offer their perspective. Please welcome in Kellyanne Chinamanter, goodness, I hope I pronounced that correctly, who's been working alongside these entrepreneurs and been so integral to this entire day, to be quite honest. I've emailed him so many times, it's ridiculous. He's also the manager of the Accelerator program. He does wonderful work. Susie York, who you just heard from, the founder of the nationally successful brand Love Good Fats. Ashton Sakura, the president of Chartwell's, Compass Group Canada, and a Venturepark Labs partner that's been helping us push potential of food entrepreneurs. And Martin McClory, vice president of marketing at District Ventures Plus, our integrated growth partner at Venturepark that is focused on nurturing, marketing, and scaling. But first, Kellyanne, you've been working closely with Thrive Provisions. What do you personally like about this product?
First of all, thanks, Kate, for being such a wonderful host. And I want to make sure that I'm unmuted so I can make a few people jealous. So thanks for such wonderful presentations, Jeff and Trudy. And Thrive Provisions, my take on that would be that it's a company that is putting Calgary on the new on the map in a totally new way. And it's known for amazing cuts of beef, for all consumers across Canada, and they can now enjoy a very special piece of Alberta beef and on the go in this snack. And the sustainability and repurpose part, which is extremely exciting. And I would now love thanks so much for the panelists, and I would want to sort of understand what the panelists think. But please allow me to say that we are sort of running out of time, and it'll help us if our comments are very quick and brief, and so are the answers. So Arlene, I would love to know your thoughts on this product.
Okay, I'll be really short and brief. Jeff and Trudy Ann, fabulous product. Innovative way to go after a market that hasn't been addressed yet. I think you're going to knock it out of the park because your flavor profile is great. You have a premium product that people are looking for, and you found a new way to offer up something that is a snack that is not available out there. So just kudos all around, and I wish you great success. And that was a good pitch. I know you guys have come a long way, so well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Arlene. Thanks so much. And Susie, what's your take?
Same
Any
exact
question?
comments. As soon as I open up the box, it's the first product that I tried. The positioning of Wagyu beef got me right away. It's I knew it was a super premium product. So I think your positioning around like high ground, because we all know meat snacks a lot of them can have a lot of garbage in them. So you're kind of borrowing the high ground of Wagyu beef. Product both taste fantastic. I was just perplexed that it didn't have more fat, because Wagyu beef is loaded with fat. So I had to ask that. I was like, what, did you kind of take the fat out? But for sure, you're playing in a premium positioning. So just make sure that it's brilliant with the name. Make sure you hit hard that, because I'm assuming it's going to be more expensive than other meat snacks. And it's a tough competitive category out there.
Thanks so much, Susie. And Ashton, your thoughts, please.
Great. Yeah, thanks for having me. Jeff and Trudy, like everyone else, my package is empty too. So I'm a huge jerky fan, and I ripped this open really quick, and it blew me out of the water. It's a fantastic product. The packaging is great. if you think about like a Wagyu steak compared to traditional steaks, there's a distinct difference. And I'd apply that same distinction here, thinking about your bar versus traditional meat stacks. Because it's such a competitive category, I'd suggest maybe the focus right now is like speed to mouth, and how do you get sampling at scale to your targeted consumer base. So whether that's maybe like large sampling outside of stadiums, arenas, concert venues, train stations, airports, and then to build that community and that following, maybe there's a subscription service. Like I'd love to get a box of this every month, show up, and maybe I get a future flavor to sample. Maybe I get some distinctive merchandise, memorabilia, something that makes me a loyal brand ambassador and follower of the product. But it's such a great product. Great job.
Thank you. Great feedback.
Thanks, Austin. Wonderful insights there. Martin, what do you think?
Thanks for your story. I mean, I think the bar itself is absolutely incredible, and it's just packed with flavor. And I think someone that just thoroughly enjoys the backcountry, I know what I'm taking with me in my rucksack this weekend. So yeah, I echo a lot of people's comments. I think, getting it into people's hands and trying it and, really pushing that sampling, I think will really help to support. And I like the idea of, you're putting the consumers at the center of everything you do. You've identified that opportunity that's allowed you to create something that's far superior. So yeah, I think it's really just trying to get that in front of as many people as you possibly can, and continue to put people at the center of what you're doing. And it's a fantastic product.
Thank you, Martin. Thanks, Martin. Thank you, panelists, and back to you, Kate.
Right, thank you very much. We are now down to our final 3 companies for Demo Day. And if you are looking for a natural and healthy way to freshen up, our next product may just be what you need. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jessica Shepard and Raylyn Gillespie, the co-founders of Mintier. Now, ladies, as someone who has to work closely with athletes all the time, they always say you need to have fresh breath when you're, asking them questions and you're really up close and personal. Even though they smell terrible, they care about our breath. And I think this is a fantastic little thing to have in my purse. But please, what is the story behind Mintier?
Thank you so much, Kate, and the rest of the Venturepark community. We are Jessica and Raylyn, the founders of Mintier, a first of its kind product launching this month. Mintier really started from my own need while we were both working downtown Toronto, and I'm sure most of you can relate to struggling to keep your breath fresh all day long. I was personally commuting to and from work every day, and long days led to lots of coffee. And I don't know about you, but it left me with that stale taste in my mouth and just bad breath all around. In 2019, I ended up getting stuck on my commute home with only a pack of mints in my bag. So I grabbed these mints, took a handful, trying to get that fresh breath feeling, and just so happened to look at the ingredients for the first time ever. And there it was, the culprit to why these mints have never really worked. So as soon as I got home, I looked at the effects of sugar on your breath, and it turns out that sugar feeds the bacteria in your mouth, making your breath worse and at an accelerated rate. Did you know that a typical breath mint is actually 2/3 sugar? It's basically just candy. So right away, we knew we had a huge opportunity here.
Jess, like many other founders, originally took to her kitchen to experiment with recipes and try to make a sugar-free mint, but sugar's the binding ingredient, even though it's so bad for your oral health. So ultimately, nothing was working. She texted me to see if I knew what to do, and right away, I fell in love with the idea. So I hired a food chemist to help us with our research and development. We told him that we wanted to focus on natural ingredients that are good for oral health and absolutely no sugar or sugar alcohols. He bluntly told us there's no way that he could bind those ingredients together, and it would only work if it was oil-based. That was our aha moment. We searched, and it looked like we were going to be the first company to create an oil-based breath mint, which was a no-brainer once you tasted it. Mintier is the world's first oil-based breath mint, and it actually works. Seriously, you've never tasted anything like this. Finally, we created something that gives you long-lasting fresh breath. If you're wondering how long, it's up to 60 minutes per serving, with over 120 servings in one bottle. Let's be honest, how long does a pack of mints really last you? Our 30 milliliter tincture bottle is your on-the-go fresh breath for up to 4 weeks at a time. Mintier is proudly sugar-free, vegan, keto-friendly, and made in Canada. Having owned a successful health and wellness business, we see Mintier's growth coming from a sales strategy that involves a sample program for retailers, consumers, and gift with purchase partnerships. You'll be able to find us in the natural health section, as well as checkouts from stores like Sobey's in their local program, to coffee shops, health food stores, gift shops, and growing with national distribution in 2022.
This accelerator program has helped us turn our sugar-free mint idea into a true business. And if you're interested in helping us grow, you can check out our Kickstarter, which went live this morning, and we'll post a link in the chat. We cannot wait for you to try Mintier.
Nailed it. Nailed it, ladies. I'm very impressed. All right, panelists, now that you're feeling all refreshed, let's hear what you think about the product. Joining Arlene, Susie, and Martin is a new guest at the park. Please welcome John Mastruiani. John, I really hope I nailed that one. I practiced it like 17 times before this. And he is the manager of Toronto-based retailer Pusatari's Fine Foods, which I frequent quite often. Kellyanne, you've seen many new products launched in the market. So what do you think about Mintier?
Well, my first reaction definitely is I have to borrow Surine's language here. I'm obsessed, and I'm sure you will be too once you try it. And dare I say, it's a product after smoke before anything else. So let me not go down that road. So wonderful, page, and what they are really trying to do is unique, and I'm really inspired by the future growth potential that the category offers, and tremendous amount of progress in the last few months. Arlene, what do you think of them and the product?
Yeah, Jessica and Raylan, that was really a great pitch. You guys continue to always show up with your pitches, and I'm always so impressed by how you present yourself and how you talk about the product differentiation. And innovation in a very tired category is difficult to do, and you've actually figured out really what none of us knew, which was that the breath fresheners and the breath mints that we were using were just masking the problem temporarily, and then we were just having to eat them, and we were either taking in a lot of sugar or sugar alternatives, and it wasn't healthy. So honestly, I think this is such a home run because of the innovation and because of the fact that it's healthier and better for you, and it actually solves a real problem. And as we're wearing masks more, and we're in our own breath all the time now, right? So I think this is one of those things that is going to do very, very well. So I love it, love the name of it, love how you describe it. Just really supportive of everything you're doing. So well done, congrats.
Thank you, Arlene.
Thanks, Arlene, for such inspiring words. And Susie, what's your take on that?
I'll echo Arlene again. I mean, everything you guys have said is what I was trying to do in bars, right? Like remove all the sugar out. And then I was told 30 times impossible because you have no binders. Fat needs binders. And so I wish I thought about it, right? It would have been a great, Love Good Fats extension. So I absolutely agree. You're onto something really big. Think about what Pure Gum did when they came in the market and kind of disrupted that. I think this is another high ground because, there's no sugar alcohols like Pure Gum. So like home run for sure. And it's just going to be about getting distribution, getting the message out. So well done.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Susie. And John, what's your take?
Jessica, Raylan, excellent product. I thought it was very innovative in this market that has been around for hundreds of years, I feel, but nobody's really come up with something like this here. I think I echo what Kate said also, because it's great because it can fit in my pocket. Wherever you want to put it, it's easy, small, compact. Put a drop in and you're good to go for 60 minutes or longer. I did test it out just before we started this segment over here to see how long it actually lasted. And it looked like it was just over an hour, you're right. And I do feel good. As we start to take our masks off, we're going to get close to people again. So we definitely want to make sure that people are, feeling fresh and okay being close to neighbors again and talking to people face to face without that 6 feet between us. So I think you're gonna get a home run from this over here. Only comments I would make is, how do you sell it? Because it's very difficult to see what this is, the name, that it's a breath mint oil. So it's hard. You might want to consider putting a cardboard box with it or package on the back so it can sit in the impulse section and really stand out. because that's the only challenge I would find, that people really would not know what to do with this or have the time to get really up close and personal with it, and see what it's for. But otherwise, I think you're on the money with this here, and I wish you great success with it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, John. And before I throw it back to Kate, I would love to hear what the final panelist, Martin, has.
Yeah, I think, through your process of evolving into this innovation, I think you've also come across, as you would, a remarkable message by basically depositioning everybody else and calling them out for what they are. So I think it's incredibly simple, easy to understand, and very compelling. So I think it props up your benefits. So yeah, I think that's very strong. The one comment that I think you might be able to lean into a little bit more is you have a wonderful asset on your Kickstarter page, and perhaps because you just launched it, with that piece of video content, you could probably take some of that and put it into other places and cut it up into other platforms. And it could very well be because it's, you just went live with it, but I think it's a wonderful asset, and figure out how you can leverage that to tell your story, and just engage more people around your product.
Oh, thank you so much for watching it. It means a lot.
Wonderful. Thanks, Martin, and thanks all the panelists, and great job, Jessica and Ray. And back to you, Kate.
Thank you very much, Kellyanne. Ladies, I'm going to drink this entire bottle when we do demo day in person, because I will be so close to other humans when all of this is over. So great product. Keep up the awesome, awesome work. Next up, we have an entrepreneur with a health and beauty product that is empowering people around the world to shop sustainable. It is my pleasure to introduce Melody Reynolds of Elate Cosmetics. Hello, Melody. Please tell us a little bit more about Elate Cosmetics.
Thanks, Kate. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, everyone. My name is Melody, and I'm the founder and CEO of Elate Cosmetics. I left my 20-year career in corporate beauty to challenge the status quo in the beauty industry. I started Elate 6 years ago in my basement, and we have grown to 22 employees, no longer in my basement, I promise. We educate, empower, and inspire everyone to simplify their daily rituals to reduce waste. The beauty industry needs to change, and you and I will be the ones to change it. Unethical marketing encourages overconsumption, and each year 120 billion plastic packages are made with no recycling or end-of-life plan. I knew there had to be a better way. Elate puts ethics before ease and prioritizes people and the planet, which is why we've earned our B Corp certification. We're a color cosmetics company with a focus on user experience and sustainable packaging. Your customers want ethical products. Consumers want their values to be displayed by the companies that they choose. And 25% of beauty customers now say that they would choose to leave their current brand to purchase a more sustainable product. Our bamboo palettes are refillable, reusable, and customizable. Refills come packaged in implantable seed paper, keeping wasteful packaging off your shelves and growing a garden. Our glass bottles and jars are they're returned and sanitized to be reused, which is a first in our industry. And our product performance is second to none. With a mid-level price point and luxe packaging, we appeal to the consumer looking for a prestige beauty brand who cares about lifestyle, health, and sustainability. At Elate, we're focused on creating mutually beneficial partnerships with businesses who share our vision. Sustainability is not just a philosophy, it's a business driver. Just as the arc of history bends toward justice, I believe firmly that the arc of the economy bends towards sustainability. Refillable packaging means more profitability because packages as assets increase customer retention and reduce costs. We all have the opportunity to create long-term financial success while putting people and the planet first. We started as a digitally native brand, and now Elate is available at over 200 partners worldwide. Our sales have doubled each year, and we've scaled up production and fulfillment to better serve our customers and partners, with current expansion happening around the US and Australia. We have over 100,000 social media followers, including pro artists, influencers, and our customers, all dedicated to sharing our message, building their own capsule beauty kits to share with their followers. We've been featured in publications like Elle and Harper's Bazaar, and most recently partnered with Jillian Harris in her Jilly Box. Our partners benefit from this buzz as word of mouth drives traffic to your door. Our dedicated sales, marketing, and support team create opportunities for you to improve your business with quarterly goals, rewards, and growth strategies, a private partner network to access for your peers and our community, a partner website for easy reorders, onboarding new employees, and the world's first completely sustainable POP display made from recycled chopsticks. So let's work together to challenge the status quo, rethink sustainability, and change your business one lipstick at a time. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melody. You sound fantastic off mute. And once again, too, all these products are so helpful being a broadcaster. Like this one I showed to my makeup artist right away. He's like, perfect, right? We're going to use this immediately. So well done. And I can't wait to hear the thoughts of the panel. Joining Arlene, Kellyanne, and Susie is Michael Rose of Metro and Jason Bernstein, partner and CFO at District Ventures Capital, the fund at Venturepark that is investing in high growth potential CPG companies. Kellyanne, what did you like about this product?
Thanks, Kate and Melody. Wonderful and inspiring story. And my brief remarks would be Melody. I would consider Melody to be one of the most driven entrepreneurs that I've ever worked with. And it's a sort of a crowded category, but I think with the great purpose and sustainability that is part of her business, I'm really inspired to see where she goes next. Great again. So panelists, starting with Arlene, what do you think?
Yeah, Melody, you remind me of Susie, and the passion and the drive is something that you really notice, and you've got it in spades. You're in a highly competitive category, such a competitive space, and the fact that you've had the traction that you've had, and you've also differentiated yourself. I mean, those things really matter, particularly the packaging and the way that you're thinking about the manufacturing and all avenues of your product. I just would commend you on trying to make a difference while still acknowledging that women and men are going to continue to wear makeup. It doesn't really, it's not gender specific anymore. And I think that you have really landed on something that has a big chance as long as you get the marketing right. To me, this is such a big marketing play. If your marketing's not going to be right, you are going to suffer from the big guys pushing you down. So I would just encourage you to really think hard about your marketing plan. But I love what you're doing, and I wear the product. I've been using it since you sent it to me. I really think it's great. I don't have a makeup artist like Kate. I have to do it myself. Like I'm not high maintenance like she is though. So what can I say? Over to you, Susie.
Yeah, thanks, Arlene. Melody, I'd echo again what Arlene said. At first, I thought, oh my goodness, makeup, it's so crowded, and you have Kylie and Rihanna and all of these makeups and money, so much money being poured in makeup. But if you look at Pink Elephant, I think it was a couple of years ago, the $800 million exit. The key, I think, to be able for this little Canadian startup to have a Pink Elephant exit is your differentiation. And at first, I didn't realize the sustainability positioning. So I would just springboard on what Arlene said. And, when you have a unique positioning and you're first to market, own it, own it, own it. So create, I would even put your tagline under your brand name and just make absolutely sure that you're rock solid tied to your positioning as sustainability. It's massive. My two kids the sustainability is major. So you're going to get the right target embracing, but they need to immediately get the connection to break through. It's a big positioning difference, and then you're competing with the big boys and girls in the category, so you're probably going to want to be able to scale and raise some equity to play smart, but you're already at 100,000 followers, so you know what you're doing.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
That's so encouraging. Thanks, Arlene and Susie. And now Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Melody. First off, I'd like to say it was a great looking packaging. As I reviewed the website, I felt like it was natural, spot-like. I felt actually really overwhelmed as I dug through the website and I began to understand, what am I going to know about makeup? What am I going to, be able to contribute to the panel here today? But the biggest thing that I took away was this ethical, sustainable lifestyle, the call-outs that you talked to, your allergen content, you're 75% organic. The idea of skin absorbing harsh chemicals, staying away from that, the 100% vegan, the cruelty-free callouts. I can go on. You got the fair trade, the sustainability with your packaging. I get a few boxes through one of the big guys in there's these little things inside these big packages, and it's such an impact on the environment. And it, so seeing that you've got this biodegradable, compostable, zero waste packaging, it really engaged me. The transparency that you offered on your website by calling all of this out, it's a lot of detail. To Arlene and Susie's point, if you can find a way to market this, I think that's your unique selling proposition, and that's going to take you to a huge place. That pink elephant, as was mentioned. So there was something as minor as this seed paper with envelopes. So I can go and take this envelope and throw it in my garden. The next thing you know, I'm getting these little wildflowers. That was such a unique little touch for me. I was very impressed by it. So from a question perspective, the only thing I saw was this idea of an online beauty consultation. Sitting in front of a customer for 30 minutes to have a discussion can be a bit of an impact on the P&L from a labor, like a cost perspective. But at the same token, to have that relationship and time means a lot with your customer. That's to have that qualified customer in front of you. So what does that consultation mean?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up. This was actually a COVID pivot. Shall I use the big P word for everyone? It was actually, in the first place, of course, we want to serve our customers. User experience is the thing that I am hyper focused on, because sustainability means nothing if people won't buy your product, and people won't buy your product unless they have a positive experience when they use it. And so the big thing for us is meeting our customers' needs, but also during COVID, it was providing employment opportunity for makeup artists who were out of work because all of their events got canceled. So it was a great way for us to actually not only provide a new and interesting service at a time when people were being online more and not going into our partner locations, but it also gave us the opportunity to provide some employment for our makeup artists. From a cost benefit perspective, we don't know that it's something we'll continue doing as our partner network starts opening back up. But it was definitely a fun experiment and a way for us to give back to the makeup artist community that really does well for us here in Canada.
Wow, great story. Story continues, so keep it up.
Thanks.
Great. Thanks so much. What a wonderful conversation. And Jason, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm not sure why Mike didn't try the product. I thought we were supposed to try everything. Hey, Melody, nice to see you again.
Hi, Jason.
I'm not supposed to do that after I. Anyway, look at your business in beauty and skincare, and these categories often have very high margins as compared to food and beverage and some of the other products that we've seen today. How are you using that margin to sort of gain awareness for both the mission you're on, which is to create, sustainable packaging and sustainable products, while simultaneously, I would think it would be equally as important to make sure that, because this goes on your face, it better work, right? I care about the environment, and I care about, but when it comes to my face, it's got to work as well. So how are you allocating those dollars to get that dual message across, which I would think up against some of the larger players would be a challenge?
Yeah, I really appreciate that question, Jason. And, as you know, margin is all about scale. So when I started off, I invested, this is a family business. We invested our life savings into it. And the hyper focus, as always, was product performance, because user experience has to come first. And, as we've grown over the years, we've utilized the ability of, smaller margins get bigger as we grow, and then allocating those funds to research and development, to creating better performing products. And then, the other half goes into the sustainability research. For me, they're really on par because, again, you're right. It has to perform or no one's going to use it. But a high performing product that comes in, not a great but sustainable vessel, you're not going to want to use that, right? If the hinges break, if it disintegrates after a while, biodegradable doesn't mean anything if it falls apart before you can actually continue to use the product. So that user experience, we really, it's 50-50. I want to make sure that they're high performing as possible. And I want to make sure that this sustainability aspect of all of our packaging is managed in a way that makes everything feel great when you use it. And that really is what sets us apart, is because user experiences is the beginning of the journey, which always means we start with high-performing products and packaging that are better for the world.
Great. Thanks, Melanie.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much again. And back to you, Kate.
Thanks, everyone.
Just to defend myself, I'm not high maintenance. I don't have one makeup artist. I have 3. It took 7 people to put this together for this presentation today. Thank you, Elate Cosmetics, for the work that you're doing to keep our environment clean and green. So we are unfortunately nearing the end of Demo Day with one company left to share their story. But right now, let's bring in Mike McNeil to introduce our final presenter for the evening. Mike, we have had so many incredible entrepreneurs tonight at Demo Day. How are you feeling about the event so far?
I'm feeling great. Kate, you look fantastic, but Jason was absolutely glowing during that presentation. So Elate is definitely onto something. So thank you so much, Kate, for keeping this going tonight. We've run a little bit longer. We're kind of nearing the end of this Demo Day, but it has really come together. And we are so thankful for everyone participating, the panelists, the entrepreneurs that have worked so hard. Of course, our sponsors, Sobey's, BMO, Chartwell's, BDC, Air Canada. They play such an integral role in allowing us to have events like this. So we're very thankful. I also want to thank the team that makes this possible. Kellyanne, as you mentioned, Kate, does a huge amount of work to make this event successful. We've had Serene and Rob that have played such an integral role in mentoring these companies and then getting them ready for this opportunity to really take that next step. And Jess has played a huge role in talking about all of the companies and what we do in supporting entrepreneurs. And outside of the accelerator program, Tammy and Marlis and Andrea play such an integral role. So we're very thankful for everything that everybody does to make Venturepark Labs such the impactful organization that it does, which includes our founder, of course, Arlene, and our board, Mary Berg, board members, Mary Berg and Craig Hanna. I know we're running out of time, so I want to make sure we get to our next panelist and thank everyone for watching here at home. It's my pleasure to really introduce the final presenter of the evening. Please welcome from Aurora Nutrition, Kate and Riley.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Kate, the proud female founder and CEO of Aurora Nutrition. At a point in my life when I was severely burnt out and suffering from multiple health concerns, I created Aura. Not only for myself, but for the other women who needed support in their health journey. Aura's essential supplements and nutrition products are designed to help women thrive. We started with extensive market research, and Aura's target demographic shared one impactful insight. Women were confused about what nutrition products were best for them, as most products spoke specifically to men. They told us that protein, especially vegan options, tasted gritty, chalky, and caused bloat, while many collagens had a fishy taste. Women wanted products that are clean and minimally processed, have formulations that consider the unique micro and macro nutritional needs of females, and are affordable and easy to use as a part of a daily ritual and routine. Aura checks all of these boxes with 8 clean label, sustainably sourced SKUs, including unique vegan protein blends, pure marine collagens and bovine collagens, an omega-rich green superfood, and new vegan collagen booster. Our innovation pipeline is stacked with 3 new products launching in the next 8 months. Right now, life is stressful. Women are experiencing issues with metabolism, hormones, and fertility, just to name a few. Aura will continue to create functional nutrition products that address these issues holistically. And with the global women's health supplements market expected to grow from $49.8 billion today to $68.9 billion by 2026, we intend to make a big impact. Now, my co-hype woman, Riley Kostick, will touch on key retailer highlights and Aura's future vision.
Thank you, Kate. My name is Riley, and I'm responsible for sales and account development. At Aura, we have an omni-channel approach to distribution and can be found in 200 stores across Canada. One success story that I want to share is with Whole Foods. While we have limited shelf space in a highly competitive and saturated category, we've seen a 500% lift versus prior year. We've accomplished this with minimal promotion and feel that this represents organic growth based on Aura's merit and quality standards. In 2022, we plan to push the potential of our category in the West with new regional brokers and distributors, an exciting new partnership with Sobey's local program here in BC, and a feet on the street approach to local accounts. Aura bridges the gap between affordability and premium products.
At the store level, we anticipate that this will result in more turns on shelf and an increase in the basket size of your female shoppers. Aura's vision is to be a leader in women's nutrition and supplementation by taking the guesswork out of which products are best for your sister at university, the new mom in your circle, female entrepreneurs like some of you, and the women in between trying to balance it all and live healthy. To accomplish this, we're seeking investors, new retailer partnerships, and CPG mentors. Arlene and Venturepark, thank you so much for this experience. Congratulations to all the other panelists and everyone today. We are so grateful for your time and support. Cheers, cheers.
Awesome, love it, ladies. Loving the energy at the end of this too. Fabulous product, by the way. Huge fan. So let's hear from our panel. Joining Arlene, please welcome back Serene Craig, Gary Hughes of Sobey, and Jason Bernstein. Now, Serene, you've connected with Aura over the past 5 months. What do you like about their potential for this business?
This is an aspirational product. Look, 3/4 of my household is women. This is made by women for women. It's about time that we had products specifically for women's health. So, you know, good on you. I love your passion and love your products. I have them every day, and so do my girls. Arlene?
Yeah, Kate and Riley, well done. That was a really good pitch, and your enthusiasm again. Like I have to say for everybody who's pitched today, just such a good job. Everybody's just really shown up, and I know how many hours and hard work go into getting here. So just quickly want to say that the product is really interesting, and I think Serene touched on it. You know, you're really talking to a very specific audience that hasn't been spoken to the way you're speaking to them. So I think there's a real opportunity there. I love the brand. Aura is such a great way to talk about what you're going to get as a result of using your products and how it's going to help you from the inside out, which is what your Aura is. And I really think that you've done a great job. I love that you're drinking the product through your demo, that you're showing, because people forget sometimes that just demonstrating that you're eating it, enjoying it, that you use it yourself is a really great way to sell, and it makes people want to try. So I think you've done a fabulous job, and I wish you great success. And you guys have a long and big road ahead of you in terms of the opportunity. So can't wait to see what you're going to do next.
Thank you. Thanks, Arlene.
Inspirational, aspirational, inspirational. Craig, can you top it? Can you top it, Craig?
Gosh, what a way to finish. I think you hit on something that obviously I'm not your target market, but I can appreciate the quality of your products. I tried your plant-based protein smoothie, product first, which even as unflavored, and I drank it plain, is a really nice texture. And it dissolves quickly. It was easy to stir. So I think the experience that someone has with the products has to be great because it's a premium product. The only kind of feedback I had is I really love all of and I'm an engineer by training. So there's a dorky side to me who loves learning about all of the nutritional aspects of this. And I feel like you've clearly done so much research to put together these products that meet specific needs. I'd love it if there's ways that could be shared more. So I spent some time on your website. I feel like there could be additional content and opportunities to continue to sort of explain why you've created these blends or picked these ingredients, because that just makes it that much more individualized, which I think people are looking for.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback, Craig. We definitely, especially in the last 60 days, have been explaining how we really want to lean into transparency behind our ingredient sourcing, how we go about sourcing the ingredients, why we're going after the ingredients that we are, and then communicating that in a really digestible way to our market. Not using fancy terms, but really being able to be relatable to your everyday female. So they just get it. And, Arlene, like you said, speaking to that everyday audience, and Serene, you too, it totally is missed right now. And I do agree that we have a big opportunity in our marketing to do a lot better than we are right now with that communication.
Great feedback. Thanks, Craig. Gary.
Fantastic job, Kate and Riley. Very well done on the presentation. I love what you guys are doing. Fantastic story. I have a whole list of really tough questions, but we're short on time, so I'm going to pass on all of them. Just congratulate you on a great job. I love
give us the questions.
you are speaking to a targeted audience. One question would be, how, in a category that is very busy, how is your product going to present next to definitely some lower priced items, because you are such a premium product? How are you going to differentiate yourself in that space to a customer just coming in and looking at the category when you can't be sampling and maybe be educating so quickly?
Yeah. I think there's a key piece at the retailer level where we are really tapping into those in-store ambassadors. So think of like the nutritionist on staff. If there is a wellness ambassador, there is someone that is responsible for the nutrition and wellness category specifically. And we're really investing a lot of time, effort, and product into educating at the store level to ensure that, your staff knows exactly what is in this product and can help us differentiate against those other products on the shelves. We also are really trying to customize our marketing at the customer level as well by speaking to the stores and being like, how does your consumer consume information? Like, is it social media? Is it newsletters? Is it flyers? Is it in-store displays, end caps, and customizing all of our marketing to fit that retailer and not necessarily taking a blanket approach to marketing. So we think that those two things will really help educate the customer at the store level. And then, we really need to get in front of more people. Eventually once sampling can resume, hopefully it's not that far away, like we will be taking that feet on the street approach and getting the product in customers' hands. We have tons of these beautiful little sample sachets. And I think that's not all, but that's really what needs to happen is they need to try the product, because once you try it, you get it. It totally stands apart from all the other collagens and all the other protein blends and superfood blends. You just get it when you try it. So we're working towards that too.
There's a saying, education mitigates intimidation. So educating all levels of consumers, right? Jason, love your opinion. Thanks, Gary.
Look, guys, you guys are right on trend, and certainly in the pandemic year when people were super focused on health, you were really well positioned to benefit from what's been going on. You mentioned in your pitch the 500% growth with very little marketing, which is super intriguing and interesting. How is that growth continuing here in 2021 when issues have now switched from demand and people in stores to supply chain? Are you still getting the growth, month over month as you anniversary years or months in the pandemic last year?
I think the pandemic definitely was something that faced us with some challenges, and we are looking at working with these key retailers to really, as Kate said, create these champions and get involved in ad activity and promotional activity to things that we haven't done in the past or strategies that haven't necessarily worked in the past with some other existing partnerships. And we're really excited by, for example, the Sobey's local program to really experiment with more of that promotional activity at the retail level. And then really just to focus on a little bit of a brand refresh and communicating our point of difference through social and just, as Kate mentioned, at the retailer level. And from that, we do anticipate that growth and momentum that we were really seeing through CHFA prior to COVID and everything like that. And with the upcoming CHFA in April, we are fully anticipating to come back 100% with a bang. I was a hire post-COVID. My experience comes from Coca-Cola. I am able to kind of bring in some of that insight, some of those mentors from my previous work experience, and hopefully bridge some of that gap with the female kind of squad powerhouse here. And hopefully that'll translate to sales. Yeah. And just to add into that too, I mentioned our innovation pipeline for our products. We're really excited for the next 3 products that are coming out. Kind of like Susie said, we were poised to bring these products out early, like April 2020. And we invested a ton in the R&D and the marketing and everything behind these products. And then March 2020 hit and we got the wind out of our sails a little bit. And so right now, we're just back in the place where we are able to come back to market with some of these products. And that will definitely push those continued sales month after month.
That's really exciting. Thank you both.
Yeah, and if I can just jump back in, I do want to say another thing to everybody and everyone who's watching. These entrepreneurs have gone through COVID. They're early stage startups who actually created companies in the middle of a pandemic and who actually have had to go through the challenges that come with that. Whether it's not being able to go to trade shows, whether it's not being able to visit retailers in person, whether it's not being able to figure out how to, even get market intelligence, so many challenges. And to every one of you who pitched today and who've gone through the program, we really salute you because we know how hard this was. We know how much work you guys put into it. And we understand that, there was a lot of perseverance and a lot of stress that comes with building a business through a pandemic. And I think what you're learning through this is going to carry you through the rest of your business. The ability to bootstrap, the ability to face adversity, the ability to overcome is really quite commendable. So kudos to you and to everybody who went through this cohort.
Yes.
Thanks
Thank you,
Arlene. What a great way to end it. Thanks, Arlene. Thank you, Aura. Thank you, panel, for the last time. Back to you, Kate.
Oh, for the last time, Serene. That brings us to the end of Demo Day. We just want to thank all the entrepreneurs, the panelists, our sponsors, and of course, you, the viewers, for supporting Canadian entrepreneurs. And thank you for supporting these brands who are pushing their potential as these companies will go on to hire locally and support the Canadian economy. I'm your host, Kate Beirness. An absolute privilege for me to be here today and to see these companies that I know are just going to be astronomical in the future. In behalf of Venturepark Labs, we wish you good health and prosperity. And thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next time. Bye, everyone.